Let's take a minute to get into the same.
Yes, yes.
Okay. What channel are you in? You don't need to change. Just tell me where you are.
See. Channel 2.
You are in channel 2. Okay.
Yes.
Change. Go. Change. Here now. And then go to my friends list. Right click. Invite to
And then I rechecked.
link.
I would be making the same joke as we all did last week. And then I see, yeah, Adrian's on too.
Adrian is on.
Oshkosh.
Blosh. Good name. All right.
It's a hard name.
Hard name to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Say that three times.
I gotta say that 3 times fast. I gotta make some tracks to get back to where you are. I actually have to go backwards. Oh, is Adrian here?
Hello, I'm
Adrian
here.
be
Hello,
here.
Adrian.
I'm getting a Flygon right now, so I can do a
Nice.
gym.
Okay.
For progress, I'm up to but have not cleared out the Hoenn Elite Four, and I've done a couple gyms in Kanto and Sinnoh.
Cool.
Oh my god, Sharon, I don't want to fight you.
Too bad.
I'm not ready.
Fight me. I am. Oh, there he is. There's Lawrence.
Hello.
There's Lawrence.
I think if I move, yeah, there you go. You can see me on the bottom of your screen.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Yes, I can.
It's me on my bicycle that you're gonna get as soon as you get into this next city.
Oh, wonderful. Also, my Blitzel died.
Yeah, it's a Blitzel. I don't know exactly what you expected.
I was
Woo!
getting it out. I wasn't even fighting with it.
Right. Dropped my water bottle. It scared me.
Oh no.
I'm doing some box organization right now. I'm sorting them by region. Most of them are Hoenn Pokemon.
I mean, that makes sense. We haven't
Because
said
I'm
it yet.
a Hoenn
So
superior.
we haven't said it yet so far, Lawrence. But happy birthday tomorrow.
Ah yes, it will be my 22nd.
Yeah.
Hoorah.
Congratulations! You'll be joining me in the 22 crew.
22 crew.
'Cause that's a thing,
Yeah.
and not just something I just made up right now.
Certainly.
It's a company name.
Rivals to the Paradox Pals.
Yeah.
All right.
The
Have you guys been naming all your Pokemon?
Well, I
not all of
haven't.
them, just the ones that I'm planning on keeping.
Oh.
Oh, which reminds me, Adrian, would you mind if you, because you said you're doing box organization, I'm gonna go back
I just
to.
finished.
Oh, you just finished. Would you mind? I would like to trade some Pokemon with you, just so that way I can get them evolved.
Oh, sure. I have a Kadabra, so I will be participating in that as well.
I'm about to say same thing. I actually have a Kadabra as well. For the sake of just my own personal enjoyment, I would request, and I'll do the same for you. But hitting B on the evolution screen, so that way when we trade it back, we can see our own Pokemon evolving.
Sure, that's fine. I'm at Slateport Harbor. I'm just outside.
I think we can trade just long distance since we're
Can
friends.
we?
I think so.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I just throw the
See.
Pokemon real far.
I
Right.
can't from the friend menu, so I think you have to
Can't.
come to my
let me double
region.
check. Because let me
Maybe,
see.
but
Can
I
I
can't.
trade with Lawrence? Because if not, I can obviously get to Hoenn real quick.
Do you not have Fly yet, you peon?
I don't. I've been hanging out with Lawrence. I haven't played this since the last stream with Lawrence. Actually, that's not true. I did get a better Scoliosis.
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 Friends, Oshkosh. Yeah, I don't see anything. Okay. Because I know you can trade. All right, well, I'll head over to you while Lawrence is making his way through the desert.
Making his way downtown.
Walking fast.
Walking fast.
It's far right harbor, I believe.
Ooh.
Yes.
I
went to Kanto.
Oops.
Goodbye.
To Hoenn. There we go. All right.
I still
What
haven't gotten
what
any new
channel are you
dogs.
on?
I'm on channel 3.
Would you mind switching to channel 2?
Absolutely. Give me a second. I need to figure out how to do that first, actually.
So bottom right, it's the third symbol from the left. It'll say community.
Community, okay.
You click on
Okay,
that
got
and
it,
change
got it.
channel. Yeah.
Which one are you on?
We're on 2.
Gotcha. I'm changing.
There you are.
There you are.
Look at that. We can just teleport in. Hey, what are you talking about? You have new clothes.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you're wearing like a bandana and a matching shirt.
I've had this shirt since I started, and I've had this bandana for like weeks.
Weeks? You started this last week.
Yeah, I was born
He's
with it
always
when I
had
put it
it.
away.
I've had it. All right, let's see if we can fit. Let's see if we can.
Obo, I'm lying.
Yeah, there you go. All right, how do we initiate this? Oh, yes.
Gimme.
Accept. I would like to. Okay, how do I do this? I
Where's
want to
one
put
$1 for your troubles.
Trinus. No, sorry, not Trinus. I want to put my Kadabra. Requested Pokemon cannot be traded because it's holding a Twisted Spoon. Okay, I gotta remove its item. Take Twisted Spoon. I cannot do that now. I have to decline your trade request.
Wow, okay, I see how it is.
I didn't realize you couldn't trade with items, which I'm pretty sure is wrong.
I mean, I was gonna say, how do you evolve Onyx then?
I don't know. Maybe it's because maybe that's because
Sneasor.
that's a specific item. I'm not sure. Hello, Mikey.
Maybe.
Watching 2 streams at once: a 12-hour Mario and Luigi stream, and this one for Lawrence's birthday. Well, we're glad to have you here. So how did you send that request, Adrian?
I just right-clicked your little sprite and then hovered over your icon head.
Ah, trade. Perfect.
Accept trade request.
Okay.
Here's my Yellowtail, and here's $1.
There's a Kadabra.
My Yellowtail is no longer gonna have a Yellowtail after this trade.
There's a Kadabra and that. Now, does this work? Do you think? Like, if I trade 2 for your 1?
We're gonna see. I'm locking my list in, so I'm ready to trade.
Okay, I'm also going. Wait, never mind. You're actually probably a lot further than me now, huh?
What do you mean?
I was going to give you some money because I remember last week you were saying that you needed money, but I guess you don't need it now.
Oh, I realized over my travels through Hoenn that none of the in-game money, in-game money shops have anything I want to buy. So.
Yeah, for the most part.
Well, besides Pokemon items and stuff for like healing and.
No.
Well, you can get some
restoring.
TMs and stuff, which is really cool. All right, I'm gonna trade confirm.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. B.
Canceling
yes.
this
and
evolution.
I canceled
also
the
canceling
evolution.
this. Gotcha. All right.
You should have to cancel 2.
I did. Yeah.
All right, spectacular. I'm going to.
All right.
give
Can I have
you
$1?
back- Can you have $1? Yes.
Yeah.
There
I gave you $1 in our trade earlier, so
There you go.
I loaned you $1 with an interest rate of 0. Perfect. Thank
Right,
you.
trade confirm. Yes. And then we get to see
Yay.
2
Oh my
evolutions.
goodness.
Well,
Sad
you do.
boy
I
is
only get to see
evolving. Sad boy is
Sad
evolving
boy.
into a Conkeldurr.
Man, I really like the name Yellowtail for an Abra and a Kadabra, but Alakazam doesn't have a fucking tail.
That's true. Yeah,
All his tail
Conkeldurr.
fibers moved into his mustache.
Then here comes Alakazam. Unfortunately, my Kadabra, it might be evolving now, which I'm happy for, but he's technically supposed to be on my Kanto team, but I wanted each of my teams to be exclusively from Pokemon that were from, like, that region. But this Abra that is now an Alakazam, I caught in Hoenn, and I brought it over to
I was
Kanto.
gonna say
So
that's a
that's-
nice
so-
sentiment, but I very much do not care or did not care to implode that on my own runs.
I thought, Okay, Adrian just fucking booked it as soon as we were done with the trade.
Still doing. I have to do PC management still. Also, I don't think I have any other thing trading to evolve.
Oh, I mean that's.
I got
fine.
a Crobat. Crobat's cool as hell and very strong.
Is that
Dude,
true?
yeah, Crobat has like a really high base stat total as well as being like very, very good for the time you can get it.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Also, I will say that my
Lawrence, that's a grass
Gardevoir, my Gardevoir from earlier.
I'm aware it is green and has grass.
Excuse you, not all green Pokemon are grass types.
It even has green. It has grass on its head.
It even has grass in the name. It's Grassoli.
Yeah.
The grass Pokemon.
Once again, it should be plant type. Just saying.
All of my fucking all my Pokemon, like at least 60% of them have a nature that gives speed up and either HP, defense, or special defense down. So all of my Pokemon are fucking glass cannons, and I'm not super happy about it. Because I would like some of them to be tankier.
I got my scoliosis to. I had to do a wee bit of farming, but I got one with a modest nature and some half decent stats. It has a base IV total of 90, which is like okay.
I was gonna say max is 186. That's like fine. It's not awful, but it's not great.
Well, considering that the initial one that I caught during the last stream, the initial one I caught had a base stat total of like 60. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's pretty bad, yeah.
Hello, Lawrence. I see you're looking at your Pokemons.
Have you ever thought about how there's not that many weather effects in the game, and yet Castform doesn't have an effect for Sandstorm?
Yeah, I talk about that quite frequently. It annoys me. Because I like Castform. I like Castform a lot. I almost wish that, because I know that Castform's like passive is to like change forms with the weather, but I almost wish his default ability, I guess, was also something in the something along the lines of like, as soon as you start, random weather effect. You know what I mean? Just so that way there's something to do and you didn't have to waste a turn setting up weather.
Yes.
There's Lawrence.
But that's where the Pokemon strategy comes in.
Yeah, but that just also makes Castform garbage.
But it's strategy.
All right. So Lawrence, you're obviously making your way through this like construction area. There are two areas that you kind of navigated around. But if you want to get to town and get your bike and stuff first, we just go north.
I figured, because I didn't want to battle with these dudes yet until I get my bike.
We evidently need the bike in order to properly explore the ruins that are to the northwest of here.
Oh, ruins. All right.
So.
Wow. We'll get there soon.
We'll get there soon. I believe in you, Lawrence.
You believe in me wrong.
No!
Now Throw will sacrifice himself to heal one other Pokemon. Oh, he lived. Never mind.
Lawrence, didn't we... Yeah, we got you an EXP share. Why are you not just using your strongest Pokemon all the time? You're switching out.
Because my strongest Pokemon is a water type.
Yeah, just tank the electric, obviously.
Just take the electric. Yeah, alright. I'll do that.
Yeah. I don't understand what your problem is. It sounds to me like you're not used to strategy.
Yeah. If someone throws a punch, you show them your face.
Exactly.
My
someone
has plus speed minus special defense.
Yeah.
I don't need more glass cannon sweepers.
Yeah, but if none of them ever take a hit, you'll be fine.
The glass cannon way.
So
Just
Lawrence,
don't die.
this I don't think they have it implemented in this, but normally there's supposed to be a trigger underneath this overpass where once your camera gets about halfway, two cars or like two random selection of like 6 cars are supposed to go like back and forth. but you can
Ooh.
like trigger it over and over and over and over again.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. But clearly in this they don't have it. But
Yeah.
all right, I do. Wait, hold up. Do you have any? You need any healing?
I need to fight things, don't I?
You might. I believe you have to fight. What's her face? Bianca. Give me
Again?
1 second. Oh, did you already
Alright.
do that?
Yeah, it was. In
Oh,
the
you did
previous
Bianca
gate.
and then Sharon, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. You should be okay.
Okay.
I can't remember. I think you're
I'm
okay.
gonna get my ass kicked. No,
Oh!
Jared, I see him.
All right, stay right there. I'm gonna go back and look real quick because I think there might be a lady around here that does healing.
All right, so I don't have to use up any of my things.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. If you no, there's like 4 fights you'd have to do in order to get this guy. They have a thing that I don't remember from like any other region that I think is really cool in this, where sometimes they'll just be like doctors or nurses that are just hanging out, and if you
Yeah.
beat them in a Pokemon battle, they're like mobile Pokemon centers, and it's pretty neat.
That sounds pretty cool.
Maybe it's this lady's house? I don't know if you can see my screen, but...
let me see your
yes.
screen.
Okay, so if you come back the way you came, off to the left of the road, there's a little house, and the lady in there will fully heal your Pokemon for you.
I see.
Yeah, so just keep going down. Try to avoid sand.
Oh man,
I
you know
hate
I'm gonna go
sand.
the longer way.
Also, I used up
course,
all
I'll
of my
get to
healing
the-
items getting through Victory Road. So I need to use my money.
Oh, I got into the battle right as Lawrence showed up on my screen.
Dang. Oh
Lawrence,
no! Why didn't you turn around?
you forgot.
No!
It's a
Backpacker,
cottony. It's fine. Don't you have a fire type that can handle
I
that?
do have fire type.
That's one of the Game Grumps jokes that still makes me laugh like pretty
The
hard
random
internally.
encounter setting off with no good dialogue for it.
Yeah, it's like it'll be 6 months today since the accident. It's so funny.
I'm pretty
Huh.
good.
Huh, man. Did I leave the oven on?
Oh no!
Lawrence, what have you
here's
done?
a good- Here's
You
a
can
good
run,
quick
it's fine.
banter topic to sneak in. What would your battle quote be if you saw a trainer and immediately was forced to battle them?
Oh, that's a good question because I want it to be something good. What would I say?
I kind of have one.
Do you have one? Yeah, that building right there, Lawrence. You have to go
Yeah.
down and around.
So mine requires a little explanation. You guys probably remember me as like, average-ish height, maybe a little bit short compared to some others, same height as Zach, and then like a scrawny build because I've been underweight for most of my life. But so I don't know what they're feeding kids these days, but there are.
Did you talk to
like,
the lady?
maybe-
Yeah, I did. I talked to
Okay,
her.
yes. Yes,
there are like
continue,
maybe
Adrian.
20% of kids at my middle school who are close to my height and build, so I kind of blend in. So sometimes people think that I'm a student. So I would be like not a teacher, but like a janitor or like some sort of other superficial helper at a school setting in a Pokemon game. And mine would be like, "Did you know I went to college for art?" Because that's the quickest thing I can say to say like, "Oh, I'm an adult. I don't look huge."
That's really funny. I like the idea of your sprite being like the generic middle schooler sprite or something, and it's
Yeah,
like
the overworld sprite is like a kid, but then the battle sprite.
it's like just a guy. It's like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
did you know I went to school for art?
Well, you know, I went to college for art.
Yeah, sorry. Did you know that I went to college for art? But maybe it's a little meta. But and Grant's not here unfortunately because he would laugh at this. But I think my Pokemon battle quote would be, "Did you know that in Nier Automata," and then like just dialogue, the whole Nier Automata copy paste. Copy
Oh,
pasta.
no.
I would
Oh,
either I would either do that or have you seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Oh, I thought that the joke involving Grant was gonna be like you're in a school setting as well, but like a college, obviously, and you're like in a dorm room, and then like there's a bunch of trainers there's like 4 trainers in each dorm you can fight. One of them is Grant, and he has some other thing, but then you're like 5 feet across from me, you're like, Grant, who's that?
Hey Grant, who are you talking to?
Oh. That's pretty funny.
That'd be a funny skit. The Pokemon world, but you have to fight every trainer at least, or every other Pokemon trainer at least once. So there's like a room of like 6 people. So they all look at each other, and it's 36 individual fights that have to occur.
Oh, no.
Oh god.
Hello.
Hello, Professor. Hello, Sharon.
We're both very disappointed in you.
Oh, no.
Your mother and I have been talking. We're both very disappointed in you.
I don't like how the characters are not on your screen. So
Well,
it looks
yeah,
like I'm
'cause-
hallucinating.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, you are.
Like, here's my friend Sharon, and the professor's standing next to you. And all you can respond is, Morris, the accident was like 30 years ago.
Lord, the accident was 3 years ago. You have to let them go. Wait, let's do a little bit of role play. Introduce them again.
Alright. Yeah, Zach. Look, here's my best friend Sharon, and I'm just meeting with my professor.
Your professor, where is she?
Yeah, it's just right next to you. Don't you see her?
Lawrence, the accident was 3 years ago. You gotta let him go. There's no one here. It's just you and me and that bald guy.
They are.
Hello, I'm that bald guy.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, Lawrence, what would your trainer battle quote be if you were forced to fight someone?
Man, I don't know. This isn't exactly something that I've been thinking of.
Well, I wasn't thinking about it either until I thought of it just now earlier.
I don't know. I'm trying to. Let me think of something.
I'll think of something.
Oh, she's inside me now. There you go.
Ooh.
I'm just trying to think of Lawrence's, where it'd be like. I guess Lawrence would be kind of similar. He like.
What was that?
My art commissions start at $50 a pop. It's so stupid.
It's all ridiculous.
I don't know. I like the
It's
original.
like-
I like the original joke of just like really innocuous like things that definitely should not be like battle quotes.
Yeah.
It's just I'm just thinking of more where it's just like, oh yeah, look.
Oh. Oh no, Obo, don't you see the 2 knights trying to bully the old man here?
You're hallucinating again.
Oh, I'm not. It's Team Plasma. They're back.
Hey, they're back. They're the ones that set off the bomb that killed your friend and the professor.
Yeah. Oh no.
I've actually
Always-
joined Team Plasma. I'm a Team Rocket Plant.
Ah.
Dude, this hat is really good on my character. I wish I could take away my beard though. I can't.
Well, just shave it off.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I go to
Middle schooler.
customization, and there's an option for face, and then beard none. Yeah, that kind of looks like there's no goatee in this game.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a beard. I have a goatee. Yeah, look, I just updated it, and my face still has a beard on it. I
Yeah.
can go way down here. See? You can see
There you go.
me.
There you go, big beard.
How are you liking Blitzel, Lawrence?
Blitzel is not strong enough.
Blitzel is like eventually when it evolves, it's really fast with really high special attack. So it's really good for getting like a really quick thunderbolt in or something like that. But for right now, yeah, it's not super great for you.
Yeah. It's a dang shame.
A ding dang shame it is.
A ding dang
It's
shame.
a ding dang shame. It's a ding dang shame.
It's funny because it's true.
you walk up to somebody and their battle quote is like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and then you beat them up, and then like another person immediately catches your eye, and they walk up to you like, "Wow, that person had a really weird battle quote, huh?"
Yeah, exactly.
So good.
Yay.
I like the idea of one person who's like, he sees you and he's like, man, I better rehearse what I say when I have to fight trainer. And then like his lose quote is like, dang it, I should have rehearsed.
I like the idea of of like just a generic trainer with like anxiety.
Oh no.
The generic trainer is like, oh, I see him. He's gonna walk up to me, and I'm gonna have to talk to him.
Oh, yo,
Lawrence!
I like the idea
Lawrence, you're
of
rocking.
that trainer.
It's evolving. Guess what, Lawrence? You can trade with me, and we'll evolve it again.
I like the idea of that
Really?
trainer having like a one tile like range to see you.
Yeah, because he just doesn't wanna participate at all.
Exactly.
Oh no, Team Plasma's freaking out. Right, Obo?
Lawrence, you gotta stop with this bit. I don't get it. There's no one here. Right? We're just waiting for you to finish your episode.
You're welcome, old man. Oh, thank you, old man.
He gave you the bike? Hell yeah, Lawrence.
Hell yeah.
Yo, the fucking...
I told you the old man was real. He gave me a bike.
That's true. You just manifested that bike out of nowhere, according to me. The Japanese name for that Pokemon you just got, Boldor, is Gantle.
Gantle.
That's a cool name.
That's a cool name.
All right, how does it evolve?
Gandalf.
It evolves from Roggenrola
Oh,
and
beautiful.
evolves into Gigalith when trading. So as soon as you're done with that, Lawrence, right-click on me and hit trade.
I will say there are
Alright.
some Pokemon who stop learning moves once they reach their trade evolve or final evolve form.
Oh, it's fine.
I'm just saying that you might miss out on some good moves if you evolve too early, maybe.
Oh, I just give you the thing.
Yeah, so just trade it to me. I'll decline the evolution animation so you can see it again. And then,
I've definitely
and you know what,
seen-
Lawrence? How much money do you have?
I have 31 thou.
31? You almost have as much as me.
Oh, yes.
I will give you $1,000 as a birthday
Ooh.
gift.
Well, I thank you.
You have to hit
That'll
lock-
be enough
you
to
have to hit
buy
lock
2
list.
potions. Okay.
All right, trade,
Trade
confirm.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
I'm trying to EV train at Mount Pyre with a
There you
10%
go.
chance to get Duskulls. And of course and that's the one that I want to avoid. And of course I get a horde of Duskulls.
Yeah.
Damn it.
All right, Lawrence. Your Pokemons that you just got is gonna evolve.
Oh, boy.
Hey, can I have that $1,000 back? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Sure.
It's fine. No, I'm kidding. There you go,
Oh,
Lawrence.
yes.
Your Boldor.
Let's go.
It's gonna turn into a Gigalith, one of the coolest looking Pokemon, I think.
Yo.
Look at
Oh,
this
he's
shit.
so spiky.
There you go.
Hell
Already
yeah.
getting this
Power
encounter
Beam
rate
is very
bonus.
good.
Power gem.
Power Gem, sorry. I would
Oh, man.
personally, because I don't respect stat changing moves, I would get rid of Iron Defense, but
Wow.
that's just me.
Wow. Drink your respect defense move juice.
I'm surprised you're able to
What, are you
get
gonna
through
get
the
rid of
game.
fucking Mud
without
Slap? Mud
stat-changing
Slap's pretty
moves.
good.
Mud Slap, it's just better Sand Attack, and even then it's a cheap move.
Yeah. It's better than
Wow.
Iron Defense. That's not
Wow.
true. Iron Defense is way better. All right, whatever. Just get rid of fucking Mudslap, I guess, if you don't have any
can't
respect
believe-
for yourself.
I can't believe that you're the one who lobbies for Pokemon to evolve and have more tactics, and then you say, I hate stat-changing moves!
I just like the Pokemon having higher base stats for Lawrence. That way he doesn't have to worry about losing over and over to the first gym. Sorry,
I thought he
second
already
gym.
beat the first gym.
Sorry, second
Yeah.
gym. The normal type one.
I'm about to drink the not respect myself juice.
Yeah! That's fine. It's okay. It's obviously fine. You learned Power Gem. Congratulations. All right.
Yes.
So
How do I-
so in order to use your bike, you have to hit 3 on the number pad because that's what you have it registered to at the moment.
Ah.
All right. The Pokemon Center is to your left, and then in order to make progress, you need to go through the arch on the right. So you might as well go in there first. Yeah.
By the way, if you want, you can switch around the numbers up there by just dragging the icons around to make bike on 1 if you want that to be easy or whatever.
I do want that on one. Thank you for telling me.
I put
what I did.
I put the item scanner on 1 because
Mine is
I
on
like
4.
scanning for items and getting free things.
More like free...
Things?
Yeah. Right.
It's
You know,
the-
Would be a
I
good
gotta head
idea.
back a little bit actually because I wanna.
oh, you
find all
wanna
those
you wanna
trails
do the
again.
you wanna do the desert stuff?
Yeah.
All right. So while you're making your way through the desert stuff, I will even I'll even do the temple myself. So that way when you get to the very depths of the temple, you'll see me just standing there waiting.
Well, hello there.
Why, hello! It's so nice of you to join me.
Oh, there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
All right.
Why do you still have Blitz?
Oh my god, he's so big.
Why do you still have Blitzel as your number 1?
I wanna level him up.
But you have the XP share.
Power Gym. Oh, the XP share is not on him.
Oh, Blitzel's a zebra. I thought it was a dog for some reason. I couldn't remember what Blitzel looked like for the life of me in my head.
Yeah, it looks like a lightning zebra. Who do you have your
Okay, cool.
EXP
It's not a
share on,
zebra.
Lawrence?
I think it's on. Actually, it's on Roggenrola. Actually, he's not Roggenrola anymore. He's Gigalith.
You might want to change that. Maybe.
Possibly. It may be time.
Put that on Blitzel, so that way Blitzel doesn't have to like worry about, you know, like you don't have to worry about Blitzel being like a free hit for your opponents. And then like in 2 or 3 battles, he'll be like way better.
Right. Oh, there it is.
You can, if you want the item, what you can do instead is you could just click on. Wait, never mind. I guess you already did it.
Yeah.
Because if you click on them on the right, it just says take item.
Oh, it does.
Yeah. So you
Oh,
gave
well,
that
that's
to
right
Blitzel, and now you should put someone else in there.
Take it. Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
And then I gave
so-
it.
Wasting my time.
What I gave it to? Oh, I gave it to Bitzel. So now let me just change this around.
Never mind. Apparently it's not the bike that you need in order to get through this quicksand. I don't remember how to get through this quicksand then.
It's not.
Just float.
I don't have that ability.
Use one of your Pokemon's levitate ability and climb aboard.
I might look this up.
Oh man, this bike is real slow.
Yeah, just don't use it while in sand.
You know, intuitively that does make sense, but that's not what they did in Gen 3, so...
Unova Desert Temple. The Relic Castle is what it's called. It's an old castle situated within the desert with 2 entrances. One is the west that
you
doesn't
already.
allow much access, while the eastern entrance has a stairway in. Ah! Okay, so never mind. Apparently, I just been going through the wrong door.
Oop.
Like
Yeah,
a
that'll
buffoon.
do it.
So if you keep going down, instead of going to the desert, there's also a construction site that you can go
Ooh.
to. Yeah.
I'll have to check that out after I kick this dude's ass.
After I kick this dude's ass.
Whoa! Oh, I'm
Oh.
gonna kick your ass.
Whoa.
I like the one where he's like stuttering because he's so baffled, and then he eventually gets to it.
What? No, I'm gonna kick your ass.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Kick your ass. You want to buy some propane?
All right.
Also, head pain and head pain accessories.
head pain.
Head paint
'Cause
accessories.
I'm about to kick your ass. Oh, I should have been ass pain. Never mind. Joke
Ass
ruined.
pain and ass pain accessories.
Missed opportunity.
They lied. This entrance also doesn't allow me to go anywhere.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe you've done this.
Bamboozled.
Can't believe you've done this. Oh, Thunderwave.
I can't believe it.
Sounds cool. What it do?
Unova. All right.
That's paralysis.
The ancient castle in Japanese. It's located in the middle of the desert resort. It may take up several floors. A Volcarona appears at the end of the maze. That's interesting. Can be caught after the player has defeated Getsus and Team Plasma's thing.
Nuts.
Or after obtaining the Quake badge. Okay, how do you go in? Are we just not supposed to be in here yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. We're definitely not supposed to be in here in these dungeons yet because basement floor 2 is the Pokemon jump from level 22 to level 37.
Woo!
I just realized that I found a better spot to train my EVs, but there's a problem. See, I'm trying to train here so that my Pokemon get better attack, like physical moves, and it's good, but every Pokemon that I'm fighting has the rough skin ability, which means that if you use physical moves, they take damage.
There's probably a better place to do that.
I mean, there's a place that is safer, but takes more time. This place takes less time, but I eventually have to go back to Poke Center right next to me and heal. That's the flaw with this one, but it's the best place known to do it, so whatever.
Oh, I have to fight I have to fight this doctor again.
I would rather not have to flee from battles than take. Whatever. Point is, I'm EV training, and this is not going to be very exciting. So.
Let's go. You're level 23. I'm gonna flame charge you, man. I'm just gonna wrap myself in a wreath of flame and just headbutt you with my pig.
That could be a phrasing, I guess.
I'm
I'm gonna headbutt you with my pig.
And he just has like a spoink, and it's just...
the only moves they know are headbutt.
it's like that one trainer in the first gen that's really suspicious when you think about her quote and like out of context, because her one Pokemon that she has on her team is a Lickitung, and she's wearing like a swimsuit, like a bikini, and her quote when you start fighting her is, "I love taking a bath with my Pokemon."
Interesting.
And it's like, and that's real, by the way.
I believe it. I believe that it's real. I just
can't believe it.
I just need to be
Game Freak for nothing.
It's true. I just have to remember to be more careful, because I don't want to embarrass myself again like I did with the Danny Phantom what's her face character.
God damn it.
It's really funny.
The trainer's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Who is Danny Phantom?
Oh, hello, Lawrence.
Hello.
You're slowly making your way downtown. Actually, I guess away from downtown.
Scary?
Well, Lawrence took a hot minute to get through Castelia City, so I made a lot of progress during last stream just to try and keep things interesting for the viewers that we did have. But luckily today we have like half of a viewer through Mikey, so I'm okay with just kind of putzing around, not really doing anything.
Oh, I can't believe you consider Mikey only half a viewer.
Well, he's watching 2 streams at the same time.
What a
He
lad.
can't give his full attention to us and not the other stream.
desert resort ahead, better than a normal desert.
I can't
Hells
believe,
yeah.
Mikey, you're watching other streamers. I
got a
can't believe
cringe.
you.
I can't believe you.
Can't
How have
believe
you
you've done this.
I walk
I
into
can't believe.
Mikey's.
I can't believe you've done this.
I like to imagine that like Mikey comes home from like work or school or whatever, and like the lights are off, like flicks on the lights, and I'm just there with like a cucumber mask and like a pink bathrobe and curlers, and I'm like, I saw in your history that you were watching other streamers.
Yeah. Who is this Mario and Luigi you keep talking about?
There's two of them.
There's two of them. I can't believe you've done this.
Don't do it.
Don't stop believing.
Maybe I should. Maybe while I'm fighting these fishermen, I should switch to a grass type instead of my fire type, huh?
The guys at the gym who's saying that.
When either Zach or sorry, not Zach. When either Grant or Saba join stream, can we all just go? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da?
Yeah, I'm not
What?
making
Just
a
like
mistake.
just with nothing?
Yeah, just for nothing. They just
No,
join
there's
in.
got to be a prompt. Like one of them's got to say something stupid.
All right, then we gotta say our our battle quote. Despite me not having one.
Oh.
Oh.
This guy has 4 basculins.
Man, these fish are really high level. How does Sharpedo? It's just level, right? They just evolve by level.
I think so, yeah.
Great. I was trying to search up Sharpedo. Apparently, Sharp leads me to contests. Wow, these I could literally just catch one of these and evolve it by leveling it up once. Apparently,
Hey.
because some of them are 10 levels above their evolve threshold.
Ooh.
Those are some fucking brutal ass Carvana. Or not
I was gonna say, they're
Carvana, what
little-
are they called?
No, Carvana is the right one I'm talking about.
Is it? What? Oh,
Sharpedo's
Carnivine
the
is the other
evolved.
one.
Yeah. But yeah, no, these Carvana are level 40 and they evolve at 30, so I don't know what they're doing here. They make for some good eatings for my salamans though.
There's a this is for Lawrence obviously, but there is a really funny phenomenon. I believe it's in Gen 1 where there's a Pokemon that you've seen it before, but Dragonite, it evolves from Dragonair at level like 40 something, I think. But the champion at the end of the game has a Dragonite that's lower than its level threshold, than its evolve threshold. And they never explain it.
Oh, well.
It's clear that they just like forgot, like they didn't think about it, but they never corrected it. And he's very famous for having a Dragonite that is 1 level too low, or at least a couple levels too low for where it should be, and it's really silly.
I
I feel like there's a lot of stuff where it's Pokemon forgot.
Good job. Good job, Adrian. Hey, Lawrence.
It's because they both were literally the same
Yes,
species, but I forgot to switch them out.
I'm getting attacked left, right, and center.
Well, you are
Oh,
in the middle of a
Sharpedo.
desert.
Strong
I don't know
shit.
what you expected.
The
The
desert.
Sharpedo is weaker than some of the Carvana I've been fighting here.
So, I never actually really learned how to train your EVs. How does that work?
You gotta, so you
It
know
depends
the
on which
basic
Pokemon
of,
you defeat, right?
Yes, exactly. Different Pokemon give different both EV and EV amounts. Ideally, what you want to do is go to a place where all the Pokemon you can find in that area, or at least most of them, give a specific EV, so you're not just spreading them out willy-nilly. You're focusing one EV per area. So, for example, the place I was training previously had a 90% chance for an attack EV Pokemon, which was Shuppet, and a 10% chance for a special defense EV Pokemon, which was Duskull. So I switched over to 100% chance here, where there's only Sharpedos and Carvanas, and that's 100% attack EVs. So I'm just grinding them until my attack EV goes up every time I battle them, no matter what.
Okay. I checked out my Tepig, and he's at like 240 out of 510 with a really high attack EV, or at least high compared to everything else. So I guess that's just because I've been using him to just beat up everything.
I was gonna say, if you don't pay attention and you just kind of use your Pokemon and casual playthrough, they'll usually end up having your EV somewhat spread out. If you grind in certain areas, you might just happen upon a place that has high attack EV, so that might be it. Like you might grind in a place where, let's say that you grinded in a place that has a lot of Sharpedos or whatever, then you're gonna get a lot of attack EVs, even if you don't necessarily are looking for it. It's just a place that's highest level for you for EXP. So usually it will not coincide that the place you want to grind your specific EVs will have the best EXP yield, and vice versa. Usually the best EXP yield will not have these best EVs you want. So you got to make a choice, and that is what separates the pro gamers from the lamers. That's loser gamers, as I call them.
Lamers.
It's a new word I made up. I hope no one else has made that word up.
Definitely a new word.
Yes, but
Definitely.
in any case, I want to train my Pokemons. I didn't really train any of my Hoenn Pokemons with their EVs, but I want to train my Pokemon I'm using in Kanto for EVs because, God, does this game really just give gym leaders moves and Pokemon they absolutely shouldn't have.
but it makes it more difficult.
Yeah, I guess, but it gives them things that the player can't access, which feels a little shitty. Like more so than usually they already do, by a lot.
I think, for the most part, since Lawrence and I are going to be going through every single Pokemon generation, I'm just going to have, like, my team of exclusively Pokemon caught from, like, each individual region. And then, at the end, I'm going to make a team... Actually, we can only go up to Gen 5, huh?
Yeah.
How many gems are there again?
Presently, there's 8, but you can have 6 Pokemon on your team. So normally, I'd want to have 1 Pokemon from Gen 1 through 6, but I guess I can't. So that's a little sad. But
unfortunate.
I would pick 1 from each gen and just go with it.
Yes.
Go with the flow.
One gen may have a copy.
I'd have to.
By the way,
I'd have to find a Metagross that has Hammer Arm or whatever the fuck that passive ability is that makes punching moves twice as damaging or whatever.
There's also, of course, the Macho Brace, if you remember that item, which doubles EV yields. That's useful.
Oh, I thought it doubled experience.
No, that's the Lucky Egg. The Macho Brace doubles EV yields for the Pokemon that's holding it, but it also lowers your speed by one stage. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, look at that thing! It's so adorable.
Lawrence, did you go up and to the left, or up and to the right?
To that tower-looking ruin thing.
Oh, you went. Okay, never mind. You're still in the desert.
Yeah.
As a design note for the Macho Brace, it lowers speed, which makes it harder for you to run away from Pokemon, which is what you have to do if you're not training in a place that has like 100% IV that you want yield. So for example, if I only have a 60% chance to find a Pokemon in an area that gives me attack IVs, I usually want to run away so I don't waste my time in EVs, because there's not infinite EVs, they cap out.
Right.
So usually you don't want to fight Pokemon that don't have the EVs you want. Macho Brace makes it harder to do that, so it encourages you only EV grinding at lower level areas than you have, so you can run away easier, or in places that have max or guaranteed IVs for a spot. So that's
kind of interesting.
Pro design thing, yeah. They didn't just choose speed randomly. It's specifically designed for that maybe they didn't. I don't know if they chose intentionally, but the end effect is that it specifically has an effect on EV training.
Lawrence, anyway, you catch that Pokemon?
It's a trainer.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Because I was about to say, I got the sister Pokemon to that one.
The sister. Oh.
Yeah. Because normally in Pokemon they'll have like multiple versions, right? So we're technically playing a combination of black and white, right?
Yeah.
And so normally that Pokemon that you just beat would be exclusive to Pokemon Black, and the Soleosis that I caught would be exclusive to Pokemon White.
Oh.
As another note, EVs do not apply passively. They only apply each time you level up. So if you max out all your EVs before you reach level 2, you can get a level up that gives you plus like 200 attack.
But how does that make any sense? How would you not get level 2 by defeating Pokemon?
It would be extremely hard. You have to grind an extremely low Pokemon and have like 5 EXP shares out, but it's theoretically,
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah, it's implausible, but I mean that's probably exaggeration. But there, you can max out EVs before you get too high a level.
Still,
It
it's
just is really
interesting,
hard,
yeah.
and also not necessary because the math works out so that no matter when you max out EVs, the end stats are gonna be the same depending on the nature. So, yeah.
Excuse me. An Aerial Ace. I wonder who can use Aerial Ace on my team. Aerial Ace is pretty good. Is Bulldoze good? I don't remember.
Bulldoze is good in that it clears out the entire field, I believe, which is useful for mob fights, but it otherwise
True.
is an okay. It's an okay ground move.
What about Dig? I don't remember the power of Dig.
It's like 60, I want to say. It's not bad.
That's not terrible.
Yeah.
I already got Flame Charge. I want like Fire Punch instead of Flame Charge. Like I get the like speed increase from Flame Charge, but like I'm using a pig. I don't really need it to be fast.
But it can sweep if it's fast. And plus it has so many weaknesses because it's firefighting type.
He's a fucking badass.
Yeah, but if something with special attack comes out that's faster than you.
I take it on the chin and beat it to death. You know, like a regular Pokemon trainer.
What a
None of
lie.
this fucking strategy bullshit.
I guess we don't need to evolve the game or its gameplay then. This is fine.
Exactly. Pokemon never needs to change. All it needs is to add add a completely new 150 Pokemon every time and make sure that every other Pokemon is also in every game.
And 6 of those Pokemon need to be pseudo legendaries.
Yes. Where they're tough.
I do not care for any of the pseudo legendaries besides Salamence and a little bit Metagross, but mostly Salamence.
I don't know. Let me take a look at this while Lawrence is making his way through the desert. Let me look at a list of pseudo legendaries. Pokemon pseudo.
Salamence is my childhood favorite.
I think Salamence looks silly.
I think it's cool because it's a dragon. It has a backstory, which is more than a lot of other Pokemon can say as a character arc.
It's annoying to me that Salamence and Flygon clearly should have their names switched. And I've talked about this before, but that annoys me.
You have.
You're not wrong, but
So the pseudo-legendary Pokemon are Dragonite, Tyranitar, Salamence, and Metagross. So straight up, Gen 3 is the only one with 2 pseudo-legendaries.
As far, yeah.
That's really interesting. Metagross is obviously my favorite, but Dragonite, Tyranitar, Salamence, Metagross, Garchomp, which is pretty good, Hydragon, whatever.
Ooh.
I think that Pokemon looks
Hydreigon.
terrible.
It's just the Hydreigon.
Hydreigon, yeah, Hydreigon. Goodra, which I think Goodra's pretty cool.
Guja is furry bait.
I mean,
Excuse me.
it's pretty thick. Here,
There's a big slime contingency of the furry community. I don't know if you're aware of. It's made for them
Here you go,
specifically.
Lawrence. If you want to check on air, that's what Goodra looks like.
All right.
Goodra, Komo-o, which is the metal plate dragon thing. Most of these are like dragon. Now that I look at it, except for Tyranitar, which is interesting. Tyranitar is rock dark, yeah.
Extremely weak to fighting types.
And then Dragapult, which I think Dragapult's like a fine design. I just really dislike its tail.
Fair.
Or rather, I dislike the combination of its tail and its head. I wish it had one or the other.
Oof, that's not good. I got swaggered and then killed. So.
Oh, you gotta throw out the Pokemon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wipe. Yeah, they don't give you the option to run against wild Pokemon if your current one faints, which seems like an oversight. But whatever.
Not get good.
Guess I'll die here.
Get good.
How about you get good?
I did. I didn't die to a random wild Pokemon.
You don't even Eevee train.
True. And that's what separates the men from the fools.
Not Eevee training?
Yes.
Okay. Wow, holy shit. I'm absolutely gonna wipe to this level 37 Carvana because I don't have my actual team with me because I'm trying to EV train. Oh well. It's a good thing they removed literally all the penalties for not, for fainting in this gen.
Very
Or
true.
in this game, I should say. If I wanted to, I could just mash my face against the Elite Four and lose over and over until I win. But that doesn't seem fun, so I don't want to do that.
They had a kind of interesting oh, trainers that you fought before that have the speech bubble above their head. I thought that was like a glitch or something like that. Nah, it means you can challenge. It means you can challenge them again.
Yeah, but they don't have that in Hoenn for some reason, even though that would be extremely useful. That's in Kanto, but not Hoenn. I don't know why they implemented it like that.
Hello, Saba. Saba wishes you a happy birthday, Lawrence.
Oh, thank you, Sabs.
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 Sabs you.
Oh no.
Stab you, fucking attacker you.
Attacker.
Fucking smash and kill you with a rock.
Oh, God.
Have you seen that Mario post?
No, I have not.
The one where it's like Mario talking to Bowser and Kamikoopa, and he's like, attacking you with a branch, fucking smash and kill you with a rock.
That's pretty funny.
Here's the Tumblr post. It's really good.
I am very excited, by the way, for later, Lawrence.
I have no idea what's gonna be happening.
I set up like a couple of things. I think you're gonna have a wonderful time.
Oh.
I hope you appreciate this post I give it on to you. This is my birthday present to Lawrence.
Oh yeah.
But you may partake as well, Obo Token.
I'll give you the chance.
Why do you address me by my screen name?
I don't know. I felt
Attacking
like
you
it.
with a branch.
Attacker you with a branch!
Attacker. Attacker.
Attacker you with a branch!
Fucking kill it, smash you on a rock. You gotta click it because there's more images. Image set. That one.
I like them making fun of him, and then he gets mad.
Yeah. Fucking kill it, smash you on a rock. It's really good.
Why is the next post on here Princess Peach, but she's like way darker?
I don't know.
I saw there was a thing on Twitter last night that I was browsing where so Lawrence, what
I am.
color
Yes.
is Starfire's skin?
Isn't it like orange-ish?
It's like orange, right? It's like
Yeah.
orange. I want to make it perfectly clear that I had no problem with the actress herself, but there was a bunch of people. Long story short, I don't know what show it is. I'm assuming it's Titans.
Titan.
Starfire
Yeah.
got introduced, and the idea is that she's a black woman whose skin turns orange digitally when she uses her powers. It's like a furnace heating up or
Alright.
whatever. And you know, that's fine. Like, that's cool or whatever. But like a bunch of people were like, Starfire's not black. And then people responded to that being like, well, what color is she? Orange? And someone responded to that being like, oh yeah? When's the last time you saw an orange person? And then the guy posted a picture of Donald Trump.
Oh no.
It was really good.
That's
You
catastrophic.
walked right into that one.
Yeah, and it was just kind of it was an interesting discussion because it's a fictional character. I don't really give a shit about
Yeah.
whether or not they're portrayed in the same way because it's a fictional
Not
character.
only is it a fictional character, it's a fictional alien character. So
Exactly, like they could be
can
anything.
Go, yeah.
But it was just very interesting just seeing a bunch of people who were really mad that. Like there were people who were mad on both sides. Not only that Starfire was being portrayed by a black woman, but also that people were surprised that she'd be portrayed by a black woman, I guess. I don't know.
But
The thing is
wasn't it
that, like,
announced that she would
Orange
be...
is closer to black than it is white, but it's
Oh,
also close
absolutely.
to orange than
Yeah.
it is black.
One of the people was saying because one guy clearly was coming at this from the bad angle and
no.
yeah, and he was like, well, if it's an unrealistic skin tone, why not just go with the appropriate actress instead of just going with social justice bait? And I was like, oh, I'm gonna keep reading this because I want to see where this goes.
I don't want to see Donald Trump as Starfire. I know that he's an actor, but
But
I know I want him to stay in acting and not in politics. But I don't know if this is the route.
but the what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, sorry. So someone responded to that and was like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's a fictional character. Anybody could play any character. And the guy was like, all right, well then why didn't they just choose? And he like lists off like 2 or 3 other like relatively well-known like TV actresses.
Mm-hmm.
And someone else, like a third individual, responded to that post and was like, if she's orange, that means she's a person of color. So she should be played by a person of color. And I got to that one and I was like, I see where you're coming from.
But now you're leading too far to the other direction, you know.
It's a little bit rough. Like obviously people of color need more representation pretty ubiquitously. Like my mom still watches Young and the Restless. And it's really funny just how much that show tries to play up the fact that one of their main characters is a black
Oh no.
like every time he's on screen, every other character, like long form characters that have been on the show for like 20 something years will like, I don't know, they talk really gingerly around him and stuff like that, and they do really weird things because it's a soap opera, right? So soap operas are very well known for having ridiculous storylines. That character had a storyline that my mom was telling me about, where long story short, he basically convinced an entire boardroom of people to invest in his company, only for the company to actually be fake, and that he pocketed all the cash so that way he could afford to buy a nice house and wedding for his wife, and everybody immediately forgave him.
Oh.
And I was like, that's a little weird.
That's very weird.
That's a little weird. Like, I understand that you're trying to make up for the fact that this is literally one of 2 people of color on your cast of over 100 people, but like, you could probably do this a little better.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Starfire thing was just interesting because it was a lot of people who were desperately trying to figure out what the hell was going on, I guess, is how I would describe it.
Listen, all they had to do was get someone from Starfire's planet to play Starfire.
Yeah, exactly.
Problem solved.
That's kind of what we were talking about before, where it's like only people of X should play X characters, and it's like, all right, well, we gotta find a supervillain to play Skeletor.
Yeah.
I remember the one. What's the name of the super hot bunny lady, like muscle bunny lady from Hero Academy?
Miracle?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I think I know where you're going with this. But keep going.
Miracle? Some combination of those consonants with different vowels.
The English dub voice actress for that. I remember a bunch of people.
Right. Yeah.
A bunch of people on Twitter were like, "What the fuck? She's a black character. She should be voiced by a black voice actress." And then people responded with like the like tugging collar gif and with like a link to the voice actress, and she's black, obviously.
Yeah.
And then
She
and then
doesn't sound stereotypically black, like.
and that was the thing, was that then the argument split into 2 different sides, where 50% of people were like, "Oh, sorry, my bad, didn't realize," and they took like it on the chin, and the other 50% of the people were like, "Well, she doesn't sound black."
Oh no.
And I was like,
what does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know, man. It makes me really like.
Yeah, like
It's very much a minefield to
to
walk into.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't participate in that kind of stuff. I
I mean, like I said
Yeah.
before, I usually like for all the stuff that I follow on Twitter and stuff like that, it's mostly, if not exclusively, just like art accounts and stuff, which is much nicer to interact with on a regular basis.
Right.
But the it's weird.
It's really weird.
I don't know. I guess it's because I remember during Black History Month there was like a bunch of videos that were being like popularized on YouTube and whatnot, and one of them was about the disparity between certain ethnic households, taught like how relevant conversations about race are, and I guess I hadn't really thought about it up to that point, but there was like one person who was on like a board of like 12 people where they were all like doing interviews and stuff. And she was like, yeah, race literally never came up growing up. Like it didn't really matter to me or anybody else. And everybody else on the panel turns to her. It's because, yeah, that's because you're white.
Oh,
Yes, actually.
No, and I get it. Like, 'cause obviously there's a lot of things that contribute to the privilege of not really having to worry about your own race, I guess. But it's also a really foreign concept, the idea of like having to worry about someone walking up to you and being like, I hate you because you have a different skin color than me.
Having to worry about. I have a black friend who lives in England who told me he was like kind of bummed one day, and I was like, oh, what's wrong? He's like, oh, you know, I was walking back from the grocery store and an old white guy threatened to kill me with a brick.
oh no.
Like that doesn't make any sense to me. It's so horrible that I can't help but laugh because I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, how is that real? That doesn't make any sense. And I'm not saying this to like your friend. I'm saying that to like the old guy. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's a human being. If you said that to literally anybody, you'd be arrested. I don't understand.
Yeah, he should be. Like, oh man, you look a little different from me. Allow me to kill you.
Allow me to kill you with this brick.
He literally told me like, yeah, he had a brick, and like, yeah, I was a little bit worried, so I tried to walk away and ignore it.
A
He kinda
little
followed me
bit
little
worried.
And I was like, wow, holy shit, he followed you?
You followed him?
He was like, yeah, but he was old, so he couldn't really keep up with me. I kind of like started running, and I was like, oh my god.
Alright, still, I'm not gonna think that I can that an old man with a brick won't do any damage.
It's a brick. It like
It is a brick after all.
Anyway,
think
after that, we started writing together because we were both writers, and that was what we did. And I was like, I can't.
writers
write
or
very well
writers?
right now. Writers. with a T.
Writers. Okay.
Hobbyist writers. Yeah. I mean,
That's
I
a
haven't heard
topic we
about
should talk
personally,
about in a
but
bit, but
part of that is just because I grew up in a neighborhood that is almost entirely my ethnicity. So.
I want to chip away. I think chip away just gets stronger every time you use it, right?
I didn't even remember that being a move, but probably.
I feel like that's right. Oh my god, it did so much damage. Holy crap. I remember back when Malia and I had like the very few brief conversations we had about like what it was like for her growing up and whatnot. She described a thing that I guess exists for like particularly women of color, at least black women, I suppose, where she got discriminated against among her peers because she wasn't dark enough. But then she had darker skinned friends who told her that they would get discriminated against romantically because it was more attractive to be lighter skinned. And I was like, what kind of paradoxical shit is that? That doesn't make any sense. Like, what are you talking about? You can't, like, it's almost like, I mean, this is like very light, but Saba and I talked about the concept of doublethink a couple weeks ago, and it's like, I don't understand just like voluntarily giving yourself into doublethink.
I will say as an aside, ignoring the actual meaning and social context, doublethink does sound like a cool psychic ability.
True. Very true.
Also, I looked it up. Chip away seems like it'd be moved right up your alley, Zach, because it has low base power, but it ignores all stat changes.
Oh.
And that's its gimmick.
Don't really care about that. I want my thing is.
Actually, no, it has good base power. It's 70 base power normal move. It ignores all stat changes.
Oh, that's like not terrible.
Yeah.
That's like pretty good.
Like I said, up your alley.
All right, never mind. That is definitely up my alley. When you said low base power, I was like, I don't really care about that shit. Because my thing that I've said many times before is that if I could have a move that was like 300 base power, but sacrifice 1/7 of your health to use it, I would just guarantee that my Pokemon goes first and then just spam that 6 times to win every fight. That's all I want. I don't want any other strategy other than that.
I was gonna say, I thought it was base power 20 because I was reading the PP and not the power.
Ah, makes sense.
Also, that move that you're thinking of is probably self-destruct. Or holding a life orb.
Well, no, life orb, true, but self-destruct like instantly kill yourself. You trade one for one, maybe, unless they have like
in that
sturdy.
case, you're thinking of either holding a light orb or pre-poisoning a guts Pokemon.
There you go, that makes sense. Pre-poisoning a guts Pokemon.
It's
like I know,
it's strategy.
No, I know, like I understand, but it's still just a funny thing to think about.
Because it's the least hampering to your ability to kill things.
Hey, Lawrence,
burn lowers
you see me? You see what I'm fighting right now? This dog.
Oh yeah, the dog.
Dog.
The straight up just dog Pokemon.
It's a dog.
No, but it's got a mustache. It's dog plus mustache, Zach.
That doesn't make any sense. All right. About to say, theme reloaded. What did you do?
I made the UI bigger.
Ah, that
It's
makes
so
sense.
Flippin' tiny.
Don't forget to Dog Stash is a good name, Saba. Congratulations, you've done it. Don't forget. Oh yeah, never mind. You're already figuring it out. I was about to say, don't forget to do the construction
Mutt
site.
and Chops.
Yeah.
That's also a good name.
Mutt in Chops. Haha. Pretty
There
good.
you go. Bing boom. Skip
Bang
the bottom.
bang
We don't need the
boom,
bottom.
ladies and bang bang boom, ladies and gentlemen, and that's the game. Ducklet used aerial ace. No, it hurt so much.
All right, hang on. I wanna, cause this game doesn't do something I wish it did, where it shows you the bonuses you get from leveling up. It just skips that part entirely, which makes it faster. But I wish I had that still. So I wanna keep track of all my Salamence stats before and after it gets a level with that. Now that I've EV trained it a little bit. So let's see.
I wish that they had the option to turn it on or off.
That'd be nice, yeah.
I am a very big fan of giving people options. Which we've talked about that before, but I want to bring that up again. The idea that in fucking Sword and Shield, they hide the fucking sound options menu behind a random NPC in the third... Yeah, an item that you get from a random unmarked NPC in the third town.
A wild game design choice.
It's ridiculous, because it shows a, like, almost a contempt for, like, modern game design, where it's just like, oh, isn't that silly? We could give the player the ability to change the sound. And you don't even get to keep it in between playthroughs. If you make a new character or a new save file, you have to get it again.
It is truly a wild decision they made, and honestly kind of befuddling.
That's how I design, or that's how I describe most of Game Freak's design choices recently. Just befuddling.
Sometimes not even offensive, just befuddling, like confusing. But oftentimes also offensive to game designers.
Befuddling is a pretty good word, though.
Befuddle is one of my favorite status effects. I can't remember, because I've said this before, that I have like a fascination with like interesting status effects in video games, and befuddlement was an interesting one. I don't remember from what game, but befuddlement was... I'm trying to remember specifically. I always get befuddlement and amnesia or forgetfulness confused. One of them was, I think it was forgetfulness, was whenever you used a menu element on the screen, until your forgetfulness wore off, you couldn't use it again.
Ooh.
So if you went to attack, it would bring you to your attack wheel, right? And you got to choose like which special ability you wanted. But then until you lost forgetfulness, until you like cured yourself of it, you couldn't use that attack again. You had to use a different one. Or like if you go into your bag and go to the healing section, you now can no longer use another healing item until you lose forgetfulness. And then befuddlement was very similar, where your different abilities and items would have different or would have similar like categories to each other. Like this one is a fire damaging move, right? You would use that, and instead of using that, what you did was you said, okay, take all moves that share tags with this move, put them into a fucking roulette wheel, and choose one at random.
And BOGO sort them.
And fucking BOGO sort the shit out of these in Blong Snart.
No!
Wrong B word.
I checked the
Blondinus is my
stat
least
ups.
favorite real life status effect that I have, says Saba.
I checked the stat ups that I got from leveling, and because my Salamence is already like a high level, the bonuses are not gonna be as pronounced. So I don't know what I expected, but it was pretty even across the board. It was some +3s and +2s, and that was it.
Oh.
So yeah, even though it has way higher attack EVs than all the other EVs are around 15 or 5. The attack EV is at 115 right now. So yeah.
Ooh, who's here?
Guess I'll go back to Hoenn now. I think that's enough grinding for this.
So, topic, while Lawrence is making his way through the construction site. Because after you do that, Lawrence, there's 2 more areas that you should do, and then we can move on to the gym.
All right.
Finally. After an hour and a half of play.
I wanted to do it.
Oh, Zach, have you actually tried using a high-level Pokemon in the region you don't have the gym for yet? Because
no, I assume it just says, like, it refuses to listen or something, right?
well, I did, because I was like, I wonder what happened. So I went into Kanto from Hoenn after I reached but didn't take on the Elite Four with my level 50-ish team. And you know what it does? As soon as their turn comes, it goes their turn as if they're confused, and it says, well, X Pokemon's confused, and then they fucking hit themselves for all their HP, as if they're confused and have, like, infinite attack ups. And then you have to cycle through every single one, excruciatingly watching all your Pokemon die to a level 2 Rattata, because you forgot to switch out your Pokemon, idiot.
I mean, that's pretty funny.
That's pretty mean, actually.
I think that's hilarious.
I think that's needlessly cruel, but whatever. I have this egg that's a Togepi that I do not care to evolve because I don't care about Togepi.
What if you just cooked it instead?
I wish I could. I wish I could feed it to my Salamence to get it stronger.
What Pokemon would taste the best?
Togepi.
Fucking.
Brian David Gill did an entire video on this.
Did he?
No,
Oh,
he
shit.
said he said the tastiest was Farfetch'd.
I thought it was Togepi, but I might be
No,
wrong.
he said the easiest to cook was Togepi, I think.
Oh well, there you go. Same difference.
Because the tastiest
wow.
by far is Farfetch'd because it literally comes with its own vegetables.
Right, which is a leak, which is fine. Fair
Which
enough.
is what the Pokemon is based on. Is the the duck brings you onions or whatever, the Japanese
Sure.
proverb.
Fair enough, my friend.
But yeah, Lawrence, that was the final Unraveled video before Brian David Gilbert left Polygon.
Dang.
Yeah, he did. He finally heeded the fans' request and did a video about which Pokemon tastes the best, or which Pokemon is the most edible, I guess. However, not to get your hopes up, I do say readily that I think that he ended up doing like more of a meta thing where the video is less about which Pokemon is edible and more about the idea of you realize you guys can look this stuff up yourself, right?
Ooh.
And I remember thinking that was kind of lazy and pretentious
Oh no.
because he puts so much effort into the video, and I'm just like, I don't give a flying fuck if I can look this up. I want you to do this because you're funny, Mr. Gilbert.
He is an entertaining man.
I don't understand what the point of that statement is. Like, obviously I can look this up, but I'm not a funny man with funny hair.
Not a funny haha man.
I'm not a funny haha man.
You sounded so offended when you said that.
I am not funny. I am not funny, haha, man.
You sound like Luigi after
Whoa!
Mario insulted him.
I am not a funny Luigi.
Why?
I go
that
into the
implies that Mario
mansion
is
and the
being like,
ghost
"Who's a
looks at
funny-"
me.
It sounds like the implication that is that Mario is like scratching under his shades, like, "Who's a funny Luigi? Who's a funny Luigi?"
I am not a funny Luigi.
It's
boy.
you.
No.
What?
What the fuck? I just found a random great ball? Weird.
Oh
That's pretty
boy.
great.
Pretty great.
Pretty grape.
Grape.
Pretty
Dawn
grape.
says that she loves Togepi. I agree. Togepi is tasty. That's why I love it.
Exactly. No, how did you dodge Iron Tail? No one dodges
Claw.
Iron Tail and lives to tell the tale.
And lives to tell the iron. Wait, fuck.
Oh shit, the other one.
Oh,
You are all meanies? How are we meanies?
If you could add a class of Pokemon trainer to the next gen, what would it be?
Good question.
Like, for example, sailor or like martial artist or whatever.
Yeah. I think it would be cool if you had this is more of a joke thing and you wouldn't be able to do it too often, but I think it would be funny if they had very Fallout style. They had people that had like masks, like face masks and sunglasses and a big hat and a trench coat, and the class was totally regular human trainer and then their name. And then all of their Pokemon were like steel types or robotic in some way, like Porygons and Klinklangs and stuff.
It's pretty good.
I think that would be very funny.
That would be very good. They already added mine in Sun Moon where they had the artist type trainer.
There you go.
But Lawrence, if you could add a trainer class of the game, what would it be?
Animator.
yeah, I guess so. I don't know,
Wait,
what's-
so if Adrian is just what he is, and, and Lawrence is just what he is, does that mean I revealed too much with mine?
I don't know, maybe. Also, I'm absolutely not going to survive this Pikachu's next attack, and I can't switch out because I used Ingrain because I'm a moron, so I'm doomed.
Saba's trainer class would be voice actor Saba, or voice actress Saba, and all of her Pokemon would be sound type because they better have a sound type!
Something tells me they won't.
Well, they won't because it makes sense and would be good content. You know what they're gonna do instead? They're just gonna reduce the Pokemon count to 50, and then
They're gonna
and
get
then
rid of
charge
Pokemon.
They're gonna get rid of all Pokemon.
They're gonna retcon Pokemon from all the games.
you. You know what? I'm gonna remove 50% of the. I'm gonna remove. What was it? Like 70% of all the content in this game, and then charge you $70 to get it over the course of 2 expansion passes. Isn't that exciting?
I was gonna say, didn't
Sign me up.
they steal that from the mid 2010s game design zeitgeist?
It's almost like they're lagging behind by a decade, yeah. Like I was telling Saba where if you watch the Legends Arceus trailer, you can see that in some of the like long distance shots that they do, which were clearly rendered in engine. Excuse me. Not all trees were rendered with shadows, but some of the trees that were close to the player character on screen had shadows, which indicates to me that they were rendering shadows based on a radius sphere away from the player, which is something that no legitimate game company has done since 2004.
Oh,
And it's like, man, that's Pokemon, huh?
Pokemon, yeah.
Pokemans.
Almost 20 years behind modern, like, like not even modern practices, like default, like, man, I can't believe that you're still doing this practices. How's it going, Lawrence? How are you still having fun over there in the construction site? You are
good.
slowly kicking their ass with that throw. I see ya.
Man, I sure do like how they decided to make all the gym leaders lead with their ace instead of having it for last. That's a good choice.
I think that's a you thing, because for me they've their last was their ace.
They're all leading with their ace, and I don't know why.
It's because they hate you.
They do hate me. Yes, this is true. Anyways, I'm gonna switch out here because this guy is bugging me.
How do you know which Pokemon is their ace?
It's the highest level.
The highest level usually has some sort of type advantage, uses their signature move a lot.
Ooh.
Unless it's what's her face, Winona from the Wind Gym, in which case she just sets up on you and that's it. With the dragon dances.
That's true. And then dies.
Oh.
Because status changing moves deserve no respect. Why would I change my stats when I can just kill you instead?
Why would I change my stats when they're perfect as is? What are you, some sort of eugenicist of stat changing? Excuse you, I don't use genetic stat changing like GMOs, but for stats.
Yeah.
I don't believe in proteins or carbos.
A calcium? Get that shit away from my Pokemon. My Pokemon are all natural. That way they're tastier when I eat them later. I'm just gonna hang out near the gym while Lawrence is doing his business.
I'm gonna wipe to this gym leader and then eat because I have Taco Bell and I am gonna be demoralized by this loss because of course these gym leaders have berries that reduce super effective damage to them because that's a thing that we have access to as trainers. That's totally fine.
Just go to a different region to get it, obviously.
For
you know,
time.
that's reasonable.
I don't know why you're having difficulty. I just use my Alakazam.
I don't want to use my Alakazam. I want to use my other Pokemon.
That's what Zach does on his Nuzlocke run. When his Pokemon die, he eats them.
Oh no.
Oh god. What about the steel types?
Well, that's what I grill them on.
God.
Torment. Oh,
Yeah,
that
it's a
sounds
joke.
scary.
It's a joke, Lawrence, because you had to go through all that just for Torment, which is not a great move.
Oh. That's pretty meta. Ah!
You fool! Fight this thing again! Darumaka.
Oh no.
I think I said this before, or at least I know I said it to Saba, but I already came up with the name for the trainer that we're gonna be doing the Nuzlocke for when Brilliant Diamond comes out. Since she's gonna be a water type gym leader, and all of the gym leaders have some sort of a pun name based on the element that they're a part of, right? I decided that her name is gonna be Brooke.
Brooke.
Brooke. Brooke, get it? Haha. And she's going to canonically eat the Pokemon that die.
Oh no.
Because that's really funny. I think for the Nuzlocke run, I'll probably just nickname all the Pokemon the Japanese names, because the Japanese names are always really cool when you Romanize them.
Oh, you gotta make them personal though.
Well, that's what I'm doing now in the MMO. They're all named after followers and subscribers and stuff.
Yeah, but you're not Nuzlocking this MMO.
That's true.
What's the point of a Nuzlocke for the names that you gotta get attached to them?
Well, I'm
Unless
gonna
you're
get
a
attached.
soulless
I'm gonna
being
get
who does it
attached
for a
to
living.
the Japanese names.
Unless you're a soulless being who Nuzlocks them for a living, like Pokemon challenges.
Who would ever do that?
The Pokemon challenges, a YouTuber who does it professionally and doesn't really give a shit about them because that's how that's optimal thing to do is not get attached.
Oh no. Spoken like a true CEO.
Don't get attached. All right. So
I'm sorry,
Lawrence,
I think
when you get back to the town,
When you
Yeah.
get back to the city, you're gonna want to go to the top left and top right. There are 2 exits, and there's a bunch of trainers.
Oh boy.
What level is your Oshawott, by the way, or your
25, 28. Look at
28?
that.
All right, your level cap is 31 at the moment because you and I have the same number of gym badges. So just
Alright,
just keep that in mind.
I'm gonna adjourn so I can eat this Taco Bell, but I'll be back later probably.
Okay, goodbye.
All right.
Later.
Say we only have an hour and 20 minutes left of this anyway before we move on to the second game stream, the exciting one, the one that multiple people have approved of. By the way, Lawrence,
I don't even know what that means.
I might have come up with the initial proposition, but not only did Saba and Grant approve, but also Janine did, and Grant reminded me to do this today. So keep that in mind.
What?
I just want I just need you to know that we all care about you. And we just want you to have a good time.
I'm gonna be terrified.
You talking about
definitely not paid off.
You can't try to just pin this on me, Saba. You were very enthusiastic about this particular game. There was this game and then Sunless Sea that Saba was really interested in having you play.
Wait a second, isn't Sunless Sea that one horror one that y'all were talking about?
Yeah. Sunless Sea
Oh,
is the
no.
one where you play as a tiny boat on a giant ocean filled with eldritch creatures.
Oh no. This is a very bad sign.
It's not a bad sign. It's a great sign.
It's a terrible sign. But if I'm gonna be playing that bit, maybe we should end off the Pokemon stream like 20 minutes beforehand.
Are you
so I
really gonna
can
need
eat.
20 minutes to load up Parsec and stuff?
No, I need 20 minutes to flip and eat.
Good point.
Yeah, because if I would be playing, then I wouldn't be eating until like what 7. on my
I
time.
know. Could you imagine how annoying that would be to have to wait until like 10 p.m. to eat?
That'd be freaking crazy.
That would be extremely annoying to then have to eat at 10 and then try to go to bed for midnight. That'd be ridiculous. But anyway, what does Saba say? But I want you to play because I want to see the game and not play it myself. That's true.
Oh no.
She's talking about Sunless Sea because Sunless Sea is
Oh.
interesting. I promise. Sunless Sea is an interesting game, but it does get kind of freaky at moments. There are definitely parts where you'll be going through the middle of the underwater ocean, and like a thing will swim like gigantic beneath you, and it's like that's fucked. I don't want to do that.
No, certainly not. I'm just trying to think, what could you possibly be making me play that everyone knows that I will quote unquote enjoy?
It's Pokemon, obviously.
Oh yeah, it's this whole time.
Yeah, we're just playing this again. We're just doing another Pokemon stream.
Enjoy, right? Yeah.
Saba,
Saba.
Saba's channeling her inner Bidoof again.
Enjoy, right? Yup.
Yup.
Go here.
Go yup.
I wish my friends were here, and I wish to teleport them from their future world and turn it into Pikachu.
So, while you're doing your
Do my
you know,
battles.
still going through your trainer battles and stuff, which is fair.
Ooh, dark.
I had another topic to talk about a little bit because I kind of mentioned it a few times now, but I've been thinking about. Did I ever tell you about that manga / comic idea I had? Kano 1 billion.
Well, describe the plot a little bit.
So the
I don't
basic
remember the title.
idea is that a hard-boiled noir style detective from like he's like an Asian American hard-boiled noir style detective from like the 40s ish. He gets hired, he gets recruited essentially by a like time travel authority sort of thing. Like it's essentially like a government bureau that has access to a time machine, and they're like, hey, we believe that you are the best man for this job. Here's the deal. If you agree to this contract, you will have as much time as you could ever possibly need. They're essentially going to stop him from aging, and you have to solve 1 billion cases.
Oh my god.
And
That's
if
a lot
you
of
do
cases.
solve all 1 billion cases, your reward will be unrestricted access to the time machine.
Ooh.
You could do whatever you want for the rest of your natural life in the time machine. You will get your own branch of the timeline exclusively to yourself to do whatever you want. And that's the basic premise of the series, is that it's Kano, which is his name. It's Kano slowly and methodically going through all 1 billion cases. Obviously, obviously it's not well. So, and that was kind of the topic. You kind of touched upon the topic I wanted to talk about, but in theory, the comic / manga wouldn't necessarily cover every single case that he does. It would probably be something along the lines of like 20 chapters per volume, maybe like 3 volumes at some point.
Yeah.
But the cases are interesting because it's not necessarily just because the idea is that the time travel government body or whatever, they bring him on mostly because they want to know things. Like, they want him to figure out stuff. So, like, for example, one of the ones I was thinking early on was they're like, hey, we just need you to confirm once again, because we do this for, like, the idea is that they do this for every single like operative that they bring into the facility or whatever. We need you to confirm who killed JFK.
Ooh.
And that's like your test. If you can figure if the person can figure out who killed JFK, which they already know because they proved it like multiple times, but if you can figure that out, bang, you pass and you get to like continue with your work or whatever, and that counts as like your case 1 that you finish. But there's other ones where it's just like it's not just time travel, it's also a little bit of like a Doctor Who type thing where the government, the time travel government thing, covers the entire galaxy.
Oof.
So there's like alien planets and different timelines and different events that occur and stuff like that. And it's just stuff where it's just like the basic topic that I was going to propose here was that, I don't know, what would be some fun cases do you think for Kano to solve?
Fun cases.
Because there's obviously ones from like history that would be kind of fun. Like we already talked about the JFK one, because that one's just like an interesting conspiracy theory sort of thing.
Right.
That would be fun to do. But also there's like, I don't know, like what would you think would be interesting?
The Dyatlov Pass. Remember that mystery?
The Dyatlov Pass incident?
Yeah.
You'd have to make it like crazy interesting, like it was actually aliens.
Yeah.
That'd be really neat. I would kind of like that one. The Dyatlov Pass would be kind of neat, like figuring out what happened there.
Yeah, that would be super cool. Just because it's very well known, or at least I think it's well known.
Sorry, I forgot to mention that. So most of the cases are we need you to figure out this thing because we just want information. But also there are certain occasions, rare, like less frequently, but still happens. Obviously, there's a billion cases, so they're all like predetermined essentially. Like they already know which billion they want him to solve, and he just has to like request them to get the dossier. But sometimes he also gets cases where it's not just like figure out this information. Sometimes he gets cases where it's like, hey, we need you to make sure that this person is late getting to their train.
Oh.
And it's like, why? And it's like, oh, because that person that you make late to their train would eventually go on to work at a bioengineering lab and develop like a super virus that kills all humans on Earth.
Oh my god.
Right? So like you do it here at this point, make him late so he gets fired. Right? You get
Right.
the idea? You have to use your HM first. You don't have a Pokemon that can use cut right now. You have to use the HM cut to teach it to somebody if you want to get that item back there.
But didn't we use cut before?
Yes, but you had a different Pokemon that you don't have now.
Oh.
You gave it to your Pat Rat.
Oh. Well, I'll just circle around.
I about to say you could always come back there later, right?
Yeah. Oh.
Hello.
Hello.
That's
other
what P
interesting mysteries?
Dove evolves into. It evolves into that.
Oh. Now die. No, I'll use Gigalith.
What's
other-
another one that would be kind of interesting? Because I was describing my troubles to Grant a while back. They are huge burbs. I'm glad that Saba said burbs and not something else. Because I was describing to Lawrence or not Lawrence, sorry. I've been describing to
describing to
Grant.
me.
I'm describing to you now, but I was describing to Grant. Jesus.
Come on, man.
Listen, dude, my brain's shutting down. Don't blame me. You called me Grant earlier, so fuck you.
Aw.
But I was describing to Grant my trouble that I've been having, like trying to work on Kano 1 billion, where it's like it's kind of difficult to figure out exactly, because normally when I do my writing, it's mostly centered around world building, right?
Right.
But it's kind of I realize that the story I'm writing kind of has the same problem as Rick and Morty, where Kano can't really die while on the job at the 1 billion cases. All that happens is that if he dies, he just has to he just like fails that case and he just gets another one, right? Like it just
Yeah.
it just replaces with something else. So it's like, okay, you know, there's not really consequences, I guess. The consequence is that he doesn't solve that case and he wasted a bunch of time, but you know, who cares, I guess. And so it's like, okay, that means he has to have a really strong personality, right? He has to be a really interesting character, so that way people actually give a shit about like his journey and the 1 billion cases he has to solve.
Yes.
But how do you do that? Like that's kind of hard.
Oh.
I'm not used to writing characters, you know?
Yeah, it'd have to be like a pretty deep character, I'd say. If you're not going off from their goal, but rather their, I guess, personality.
Because the goal is so monumentally far ahead of him that it's like that's not a driving force,
Yeah.
right? Because it's 1 billion cases. That's so enormously far away. You didn't pick up the Pokeball.
Oh, son of God!
Lawrence, what have you
I was
done?
like 3 battles in a row trying to get that Pokeball, and I missed
Oh, Lawrence. You definitely should have. Just run, dude. Stop fighting them. You're way faster. You're like level 30 something or whatever. My god,
Oh,
dude.
well,
Lawrence
that's
is going
mushroom.
bananas over here.
Listen,
Alright,
man, I'm listening to you too.
look at this guy.
Ooh, who's this dude?
You know, there are people in the. Never mind. Some people enjoy things you might not think are fun. Having a lot of different values in the world makes it a richer place. That's what I think, anyway.
No, they must have. Oh, where's he going?
I really enjoyed traveling around the world and talking to different people, but the woman who lives here seems to think living quietly by herself is important. So, Lawrence, can I give you a spoiler?
You gotta tell me who that is.
Kinda.
All right. Who is
So, in Unova, they have a very controversial library book that you can read. I don't remember. I believe it's here. Maybe it's in a different gen. But they talk in that library book about the idea that at one time, people in Pokemon used to get married and live together.
Really?
Yes. That's like a canonical thing that happened in the Pokemon universe, was that people in Pokemon would get married. And
my God.
that guy that you just talked to is actually a Pokemon known as Zorark, which is like a big werewolf-looking thing, in the form of a human, lamenting the fact that his fiancée ended up not wanting to get married.
Oh no.
And so he's wandering around trying to like explore.
Yeah. Seeing different people, talking to different things.
No, you want to heal,
different
right?
perspectives, such as marrying Pokemon.
We talked about this before, but Pokemon has a lot of stuff that like they never address that they really should, because like the Pokemon, like the Detective Pikachu movie confirmed that Dittos can transform into humans, which also, to be fair, Sun and Moon also confirmed that Dittos can turn into humans, but then so can't Zora and Zorark as well, which means that in all of those circumstances, you can just have your Pokemon transform into a big titty goth GF and then just live with them forever.
And no one would be the wiser.
Zorark has the ability to stay transformed forever, whereas Dittos eventually get tired, like when they go to sleep, they untransform. Zorark stays in that form forever and can learn how to speak, as you just saw.
That's really interesting and really weird.
It's a little dystopian, the idea of like you could just hatch a Zora, evolve it into Zorark, transform it into the partner of your dreams, teach it to talk, and then you're done.
But at the same time, that feels weird.
It's weird. It's Pokemon, dude.
It's Pokemon, dude. Why you gotta introduce these weird ideas? Also, I don't know where Pet Rat is.
Maybe you released it because you're a fool.
I perhaps might be.
Well, I mean, just teach Cut to someone else.
Do I still have Cut? I thought it's just
No, HMs stick around forever. TMs get used.
Ah.
HMs, it's next to the Pokeball tab. Nope. There you go. Right there,
Listen,
HM1 Cut.
there are two options for
HM, yeah, right next to. That's true. So, that's not great. Because both your Simisear and your Duat have 4 moves that are really important. Just ignore the Cut for now. Just come back to it later, right?
Yeah. All right, I can do that.
All right. Well, up and to the left is the next place that you have to go, because I believe.
Did
Did you
explore all
actually
the
finish
top
the? Did you actually finish the top right?
I don't think so. I just went back to heal.
Goon.
Ay, what a goon!
You what a goon! You gotta do the
I
rest
know.
of the trainer fights, dude. You're done here. Yeah, there was nothing else in that
And there's
area
the
but the fake Zorark. Yeah.
Then what's this bit with the giant rock?
So
Just can't
eventually
really
you're gonna
get-
learn the HM strength, and you're gonna be able to push that rock and gain access to that area.
Ah, so I'm
Yeah.
just done here then.
Literally, once we beat this gym that we're in this city to beat, we get the ability to use strength outside of battle.
It's all right. Get to be super strong.
To push a rock.
Oh, Bianca.
Yoo-hoo!
You
Letter
know
J! So she's gonna take you to the musical theater, because this is like required for the story. Like this is something that they did in the original Pokemon game, but the musical theater is not implemented.
Oh, so what's gonna happen?
She just takes you in and is like, "Isn't this neat?" And then she leaves.
Oh no. Oh, hello.
Hello. It is I, old man.
It's I, old man Joestar.
Old man Joestar. I don't know. Thinking
Ooh,
about
touch.
interesting, because that was the other thing that I was telling Grant, was that how do you have conflict in a story where it's about like systematic time travel, right? Like, does Kano 1 billion have a rival? Like, he has
maybe.
coworkers. There's other people. Like he's not the first person to do that job. the job of like solving cases for the agency or whatever.
Right.
I actually did have a name. Oh, that's her dad.
Ooh, Dad.
Well, you're coming back home, of course.
We'll go far
Who the
enough.
fuck do you think you are?
Yeah. What are little children doing running around attacking animals for?
Decimating the local population.
Yeah.
But I came up with an idea for for like an acronym name for the like government association that he works for.
Yeah, the SCP, right?
Not SCP. It's a more perfect. Oh, that's the gym leader, by the way. She's a runway model who bases herself off electronics, and she's an electric type gym leader.
Ah.
By the way, you have a water starter.
Yeah. This is gonna be rough.
But yeah, so it's the name is A More Perfect Timeline Committee. So the acronym is AMPTLC.
That's pretty good.
AMPTLC.
AMPTLC. Yo, what up, guys? I am PLTLC.
It's a little long, but it's also just kind of fun.
It sounds like
You'd buy
radio
it at
channel.
Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah. Welcome to the radio channel 95.4. This is
AMPTLC.
AM,
AMPTLC. Yeah, there you go.
Hey, we're gonna listen to some real soft music right now.
I'm just thinking about it, where it's just like, I want to keep working on more Kano 1 billion stuff, but this is like stuff that I've like, I don't know. I'm realizing like as time goes on that I have less and less affinity, or not affinity, but I have less and less practice with practicing, I guess, if that makes sense. Where it's just like I'm not really used to like improving a skill. I'm used to just either being able to do it or not, and then like not really trying in either direction. So it's like, if I'm not very strong at writing dialogue, like prose, I
Right.
usually just don't write dialogue. I usually just write like scene descriptions and stuff, right? Like that's usually what I do.
Yeah.
But writing prose is important. Like you gotta
It
like
is.
you gotta learn how to write normal conversations, not just like weird one-off conversations between characters.
Yeah.
Oh, can you see me being bored in the background?
Yeah, you're just stealing around while there's like stuff going on. Some family drama. But have there been stories similar to the one that you were describing? Where it's like
Kinda. There's been other stories of a similar ilk, where it's just like person time travel. Like Doctor Who is very similar, where Doctor Who just goes around like helping people because he's the doctor and he's a good person. But yeah.
Well, I
Baker
can't say
Jen.
too much about. I can't say too much about Doctor Who because I have never seen him.
Doctor Who is pretty good. There was the one season that was really popular that I watched as well. I liked it a lot.
Only the one season.
Well, I mean, there are other seasons that were good, obviously. Otherwise, the show just wouldn't be around anymore. But there was one particular season with the 8th Doctor that was really fantastic. It was the season where they introduced the Weeping Angels, and holy crap, are the Weeping
that
Angels
one.
terrifying.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know much about Doctor Who, but Weeping Angels has been.
Weeping
rather
Angels
well
is what
known.
inspired that SCP, that made SCP really popular.
Really?
Yeah.
SCP-173. The
Weeping Angels came out first, I believe. I think.
oh man, what year? What year did he introduce this?
What, the Weeping
The
Angels?
Weeping Angel, yeah.
2000 something, like early 2000s.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I
It
think.
seems to be in line with the SCPs.
Let me look it up real quick. When did the first Weeping Angels arc? Weeping Angel. They were introduced in a 2007 episode called Blink, which, holy shit, I remember that episode. That episode was terrifying. You said you
Oh,
never
boy.
really watched it, so I can describe it a little bit, but, so do you know why they're called the Weeping Angels? Beyond the fact that they look like angels?
And they're weeping.
Well, do you know why they're weeping? Or why they look
no,
like
not
they're
really.
weeping, rather?
I do not know.
So the concept behind the Weeping Angels is that they have a very narrow cone of vision, right? But they move unbelievably fast, and they're unbelievably agile and strong. Like you can't, like I believe in one of the episodes, this like one research group that's trying to study the Weeping Angels tries to use a like 4-meter thick steel door to protect them from the Weeping
Oh my
Angel.
God.
And the Weeping Angel fucking tears it off its hinges.
Jesus Christ.
Right? It's horrifying, right? 4-meter thick, by the way. So times that by 3, and that's how many feet.
Oh my God.
It's terrifying. But the yeah, sorry, what was I saying? But yeah, so the idea is that the Weeping Angels, they had the ultimate biological defense, where if any living creature is looking at them, in any contact, in any live context, they turn to stone, and they just so happen to choose the visage of like an angel, right? That's why they look like angels. However,
okay.
they themselves count as living beings. So the reason why they look like they're weeping is so that way they can cover their face. That way they're not looking at each other by accident.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why the Weeping Angels that's why they look like they're weeping. And it's really scary to know that they're not actually like sad or emotional or anything like that. Nah, they're actually just like horrifyingly brilliant and will kill you with no
no.
remorse.
They're so powerful that they have to stop themselves from stopping themselves.
Exactly. And the idea is that while they're in stone form, they cannot be killed because you can't kill stone. And even if you smash them into a million pieces, if you look away even for a microsecond, it immediately reassembles into the statue.
Oh no.
Yeah. So you can't defeat them as long as you're looking at them. Killing them while you're not looking at them is obviously nigh impossible because of how fast and strong they are. And then the other thing is that Weeping Angels, they don't actually like kill you and eat you. What they do instead is they teleport you backwards in time, so
What the
that way you age to death at the exact moment, like you die of old age at the exact moment that they teleport you back in time. And they feed on the years that you lost.
That's a terrifying concept.
It's pretty fucked, right? The idea of like imagine I live to be like 80 something or whatever. They would warp me back in time like 60 something years. Like,
Yeah.
could you imagine me being in the 1960s and just having to live my life because I don't have the ability to fucking time travel?
You know what? I don't think anyone has an ability to time travel.
The if I remember correctly, because the Weeping Angels were so popular that they brought them back like multiple times,
Yeah.
to the point where you got to see the Weeping Angel Queen, who has actually apparently been hiding in New York as the Statue of Liberty for several
What
hundred
the
years.
Fuck.
Yeah, so that's like,
terrifying.
but but if I remember correctly, the Weeping Angels have this big overarching scheme where they're like, well, you're a Time Lord. The Doctor is, and the idea is that Time Lords are biologically immortal. If they die, if they were to be killed or if they were to die of old age, what they do instead is they simply regenerate, which is usually when they switch actors. But in canon, that means that Time Lords are biologically immortal. So it really bothers a lot of the Weeping Angels that they don't know what will happen if they touch him. Because remember, that's how they feed, is by sending you back in time so you age to death. So what happens if they touch him? Do they get an infinite amount of sustenance and never have to do that again? Because he just gets warped back in time and then they get to touch him again because he's there? Right? Like, what
Yeah, that sounds
happens?
pretty good.
And I believe we never learn, because otherwise that would like fuck up everything, but still. What's another Doctor Who thing that was really fun? Do you remember the Silence at all?
I do not know of it at all.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me send you some supplementary material.
It's gonna be a picture
Doctor.
of the most horrifying thing I've
It's
ever
pretty
seen.
scary. Doctor Who: The Silence. This is not a particularly original idea. Like, we've seen this before, but and also it kind of just looks like Slender Man, which this time this was inspired by Slender Man instead of the other way around.
Oh,
So here you go. It's in On Air.
all right. Let me check it out. Oh my God.
So that's what
a
the
scary
Silence
face.
look like, right? Now, what are the Silence and what do they do? So the Silence are actually really fucked because the idea is that the structure of their face is so specific to the human receptors, I guess, just in general, like to the human brain, that the minute that you look away from a Silence, you immediately forget about it and your entire encounter with it.
Oh,
So if they wanted to, a Silence could walk up to a random person on the street, murder them, and as soon as everybody starts running away, screaming and in terror, everybody immediately forgets everything, including sounds that other people made in response to the event.
so anything related to the event, they're just not gonna remember at all.
Yes. So, for example, it's actually very similar to like the Men in Black Neuralizer, where there's
Yeah.
one episode where the Silence detonate a car to like try to kill a guy who's like giving them some trouble, and everybody's like terrified because like all these fucking weird ass alien creatures are blowing up a car, but as soon as everybody looks away, they're like, oh, that's a shame. I heard that the Toyota blah 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 had like a short, so it would explode sometimes.
Oh my
Like
goodness.
the people fill in their own memories.
So-
Now, the Silence, like that concept in and of itself is kind of fucked, but it gets a little
Yeah.
bit more fucked when you realize that the Silence were actually here on the planet Earth much earlier than Homo sapiens evolved. In fact, the Silence actually helped Homo sapiens evolve into the dominant
He
species
did?
on Earth. Yeah, you know, it's
How?
well, just by like, because essentially what the Silence want is that their species is essentially parasitic, not in the sense that they actually like suck your blood or anything like that, but because they can't cooperate with any other species in the galaxy, because any species that like looks at them will suffer from like some sort of brain aneurysm type thing. Like that's
my.
what their facial structure does to like literally everybody else other than humans and Time Lords, I guess, for that matter. But still, and so they like trained Homo sapiens to be like hyper intelligent compared to their contemporary species at the time, so that way they could get mankind to invent things like the atom bomb.
Ooh, all right. So they're doing.
Hello?
Hello? Do you not hear me?
Oh, no, sorry. There was just a really weird sound that was happening over and over. Maybe it
was
was
the
you.
sound.
Maybe it was you going.
Oh, that might be it.
Oh, okay. Because it didn't sound like you going. It sounded like, and I was like, "What the fuck is that sound? Am I being attacked by a weeping angel? Like, what's happening?"
Yes, it was.
But yeah, and so the big overarching story for that season with the Silence was the idea that there was this like big conspiracy in the U.S. which seemed like it was going to lead to the downfall of American democracy, and the Doctor had to like solve it, but it was like this really complex issue that he had to figure out. And long story short, turns out that it was the Silence all along. And when the Silence reveals themselves to the Vice President of the United States, he starts going on like this is like the leader of the Silence, I guess. But he starts going on this big long monologue talking about how like humans are pathetic and they would never be able to do anything without the silence and yada yada blah blah blah. And what does the vice president do? He pulls out his standard issue revolver and shoots the silence. and he goes, "Wow, you seem to know everything about humans, but not a whole lot about America."
Oh no.
And the silence just keels over dead because the silence aren't immune to bullets like weeping angels are.
What that's how they solve the problem?
Yeah.
Just pull out a gun.
Well, and so do you want to know? And this is like the thing about Doctor Who that's like really cool, right? Is that sometimes they have like really interesting, like little tricks that the Doctor will pull that only like a really smart writer would come up with. But so the idea behind the silence, like I said, they're basically a neuralizer, right? So if a silence gives you an instruction and then forces you to turn around, you will think that the silence's instruction was your own free will.
No.
Right? So that's how they convinced like the Manhattan Project to be created and how to like make the atom bomb and stuff like that, right? Like it was all just through like Inception. So as this other silence, like right after the first one gets murdered, there's another silence is like being threatened, and he starts going on this like big long tirade talking about how what is your plan? Do you really think that you're going to be able to kill every silence? There are literally billions of us on this planet. There is no way that you guys will be able to handle all of us. There is not. What are you going to do? Kill every silence that you see? And then you hear a click, and it turns out that the Doctor was recording the silence as he was talking, and they edit the video slightly and they splice it into the fucking moon landing footage.
Oh my god.
Like the famous moon landing footage that everybody knows. They splice it in there, and it's literally just that silence saying, "Kill every silence that you see." And so now every human for the rest of forever, as long as they view that video at some point, view that like footage in its entirety at some point, as soon as they see a silence, they will go over and like strangle it or beat it to death with a bat or shoot it to death. And it's like, wow, that's really interesting.
That's pretty smart.
Although it was kind of a little bit morose because like I said, the actual like time that they're in for that for that episode was like the 1960s, right? Like before the moon landing happened.
Right.
Or was like 1968 or something, like JFK had already died. And the guy, the vice president who shot the silence, he's like, wow, is this really going to be the most famous footage of all time? Is this really going to be the most widely viewed, like, footage that anybody has ever seen? And the Doctor kind of just looks at his companion, because the Doctor always has, like, a companion from the modern day. And they both, like, look at each other and they go, yeah. And they kind of drop the subject, because they're obviously thinking about 9/11.
Yeah, that's a pretty strong contender.
And it's like,
Oh. Maybe I should try watching Doctor Who somewhere.
some of it's good. If you want, I can look it up and make like some recommendations for like a season to watch or something like that. Like the season with the Weeping Angel was like great. It was awesome. But
yeah, I can bet.
who is he?
Because I remember that being like a big thing around freshman year in high school. Like, I don't know. It just had a resurgence.
There was a hot moment where Doctor Who was like a really big thing in the U.S. because it was good. The show was really good, and it didn't have a lot of like dry British humor. It had like a lot of clever American humor, which was really nice to see.
Like gun.
Like gun. Oh, Lawrence, you see that Pokeball?
Pokeball? How you gonna get that Pokeball?
I don't know.
Oh,
Killing this
you
old
gotta find
man.
another guy.
Yeah.
All right, well, Lawrence, if you still want your 20 minutes to eat, we have 20 minutes to get to the gym and beat it.
Oh man,
Lawrence, you can't tell me that we're gonna spend an entire 3-hour session without doing a single gym.
all I'm saying is I don't really have anything weak or strong against electric.
Yeah, that's fine. Just if you go into the Pokemon Center, there's a guy in there. Like it's the second counter. It's the guy who sells TMs. Just get Dig, right? Dig is a ground type move, and teach that to your Simisear. Your Simisear is not weak to electric, and you just spam Dig over and over until it dies. Oh, you found me.
Oh, hello. Super potion. Also, I think this was it.
Yep. Congratulations, Lawrence. You
It's
finally did it. We can
time.
finally move on to the gym. Except I lied to you. There is one more thing you have to do.
Oh no.
You should heal up first.
Oh no.
This is the guy I'm talking about, by the way. The guy I'm standing in front of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he sells TM.
Alright.
You can buy Dig from him.
All right. Let me just heal my guys.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
All right, give me dig.
Aerial Ace is extremely good. I'm pretty sure your guy can learn that, so I would highly recommend buying Aerial Ace. It's a decent power, like decent attack damage, flying type move that has a really high critical hit chance. Dig is just really good on its own. If you scroll down a little bit more, Flame Charge you don't really need, Fling you don't need, Frustration you don't need. There should be one called False Swipe.
False swipe. Oh,
You have it?
I didn't see it.
False
There, there you
Swipe
go.
right
False swipe.
So False Swipe is a really weird move. False Swipe, it has like a decent amount of power, but it can never kill your opponent. It will always leave them at least 1 HP, which normally would be bad unless you're trying to catch Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
So I would highly recommend getting Flash Swipe or False Swipe, just so that way later at some point you could teach it to a Pokemon that you're using to like find Pokemon, and you'll just like spam False Swipe over and over to make sure you don't kill them.
I see. Okay, okay.
Who are you gonna? So let's teach someone Dig.
Dig to.
Simisear, Oshawott, or sorry, Duwat can. I would give it to your. Dude, your
Simisear?
Throw can learn it too.
Oh yeah.
I don't know actually. What's your Simisear's moves? Do you know?
Let me check it out now. Is this the button? Is this the button? Here you go.
Dude, he still knows Scratch.
Yeah.
Lawrence, replace that Scratch with Dig. What the fuck is wrong?
But I
Yeah,
wanna give it
well,
to
Yawn's not
Bro.
that. Yawn's not that bad.
All right.
But yeah, I would say teach it and replace Scratch.
There
Look
you
at
go.
that, updated on the fly. Isn't that neat?
Super cool.
Now go to Aerial Ace. See if you can teach that to somebody.
Duwat
Duwat.
or-
Highly recommend doing it for Duwat. Let's see, what do you got? You got Fury Cutter, which is power 40. I believe Fury Cutter, is that the one that attacks multiple times or deals more damage the times you use it consecutively?
Increase if it hits in succession.
So
I
you
guess...
have to declare it turn over turn over turn, and its power increases by 40 each time, I believe, or 20.
Yes.
I would highly recommend. Wait, what's Revenge then?
This one.
So you have to be going second, and you have to have taken damage in order for it to deal 120.
Yes.
Fury Cutter is interesting because I believe it's a bug type move, right?
It is, yeah.
So bug type is actually super effective against grass.
Really? Oh, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, so bug is super effective against grass, which means that you can use it against your rival when he tries to beat you to death with Snivy. However,
flying is also super effective against grass.
Oh, so you think you just
Because
could
you
just
have
replace bug?
Revenge is a fighting type move with base power 60, which isn't terrible. Like it's not great, but it's not terrible. And so I would probably recommend swapping for Aerial Ace, Fury Cutter for Aerial Ace.
All right.
See,
I'll take your word for
Aerial
it.
Ace and Revenge have the exact same base power, just one has a higher critical strike chance, and the other one has like the special thing.
Ooh, yeah, all right.
The attack always lands without fail. They can't evade it.
Ooh, okay, that'll be useful.
All right,
'Cause
you
then I
ready?
get annoyed. Yeah.
All right,
Let's
so we're
go.
going this way.
Ooh, I didn't even know there was a loading screen here. Oh, wait a second, N. Hello. Look, Obo, it's my friend N. He's showing me around.
So this is a little weird. This is what I was talking about before when I told you that a couple of people that I used to work with and like people from Cogswell in general were talking about having crushes on N. He takes you on a fucking date.
Yo, is he paying?
Kinda. Oh, you can't see because it doesn't they didn't render the spray. Normally it's you and him standing in there.
Oh, okay, okay.
And normally he also has a lot of dialogue just talking about like the nature of Pokemon and how much he appreciates that you seem to love your Pokemon a lot.
But there's no dialogue here.
Once again, this game's not perfect. This is an MMO that allows you and me to play Pokemon at the same time in the same world, so I'm not really gonna question it. Oh, and look! Boom! It has now been revealed that N is actually the
Lord.
commander of Team Plasma.
Yeah, I trusted you.
He leads the entire thing. Also, I'm here.
Hello,
I've been working for
Team
them.
Plasma. No,
I've been working
not
for
you
them
too.
the whole time.
Do you follow my logic? Yes. Now you time for these. Ooh.
Boom! Another fight against N.
Well, time to die.
Oh,
Right.
that's a ground type. You
You
can
want-
use your shell shock or whatever.
I was gonna say it's.
Oh, actually, I can
Super effective.
spectate you.
Really?
Yeah, right click on you, letter J, spectate.
Spectate. Ah, look at that. I didn't even know that was the thing.
Now Scraggy is a normal type.
So.
Oh,
let's try
he's
Aerial
normal
Ace.
fighting, I guess. So Aerial Ace would be great.
Man, I like Dewott. He's so fast.
He's very fast, yeah. Let's see what he has next.
Man, so much Pokemon this dude has.
Siglif. This is a psychic flying. If you have anybody who has like poison or dark
Nope.
type moves, you don't have anything like that?
Dark. Don't I have? Doesn't this dude have dark something?
Yeah, but he's also he's level 24.
Yeah.
He has Pursuit. Pursuit deals more damage if the Pokemon is about to switch out, and it only has a base attack of 40.
So no then.
Maybe not.
Shame.
I would recommend trying to just hit this thing with Water Pulse to try and confuse it.
All right, let's see.
And let's see how this works. Yeah, you could probably take 2 of those, right? Because you got the plus 50% damage because of stab. I would probably do another, and then he's probably going to heal, and then you can heal as well.
Especially
You hear
since
the
I'm
boo-doop,
getting real
boo-doop,
hurt.
boo-doop, boo-doop. Dude, I really like how when I'm spectating you, there's like no delay. Yo, are you faster than that? You can water pulse.
Oh, hold on, I got
Oh,
something.
Spark is good. I personally would do it instead of charge, but once again, I don't care for
Different status.
So charge increases your special attack until you use your next special attack move, I believe.
But Blitzel doesn't survive that long.
So I would replace charge with Spark. Because Spark's not bad.
Yeah.
Now, you only have 12 health, but I think a single water pulse would probably kill this Duramaka that's about to come out.
Because I should be faster than it.
You're not. I can't believe that. That's insane.
Oh!
All right, well, do you have anything that has ground? Oh, your Simisear has the dig.
Ah, yes, I can try out the
Ground
dig.
is super effective against fire.
And I am fire.
So much for your doo-wop being fast.
Yeah.
Oh, it
What a
was a
shame.
Zora!
Oh no.
It lied to you!
How dare they?
No wonder it knew Grass Knot. That's a good point.
Now you must burn.
So now you should, yeah. Just burn the shit out of this little fox.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, and you burnt up its citrus berry before it could use it.
Aha.
If you, I think you should dig.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you'll dodge its next attack, because you're faster than it, and then you'll hit it for enough damage to kill it, I think. Oh! That's not great. That's not great. But that's okay, because you get to do another attack, too. Critical hit!
Oh my god.
I would use Inferno. Or Incinerate, yeah.
Now you must.
No, he withdrew it. Oh, and here's the real Duramaka.
Oh.
So it's a fire, so it's not gonna do much, but now you can use dig.
Yes. Critical hit.
Not
too.
very effective critical hit. You love it.
Time
Man, your
to kick
Simisear is
your
really
ass.
fast.
So happy for that.
No wonder the Duramaka was faster than your fucking Duat. It's because it wasn't a Duramaka.
Yeah.
All right, now
God
it's
damn
this.
it.
Now burn the shit out of this little fox.
You must die.
Man, you burned up its citrus berry too. The citrus berry heals for like 60 HP.
That's a lot of HP.
Yeah, so imagine having to deal with that too.
Oof.
All right, congratulations, Lawrence. You did it.
A lot of money. I'll become unbeatable, except I defeated you.
Hey, boss. Hey, boss. We got away.
Oh, but what are you doing here? What do you mean, boss?
Oh, fuck. Hi, Lawrence.
Oh, hey, Abo.
Hi, Lawrence. Who is this guy?
Yeah, there you go.
Who is this guy that I've never seen before?
He's trying
Anyway.
to betray me. Man, I hate people who betray me. Right?
All right. Well, Lawrence, you have 5 minutes. You want to see what the inside? Well, you should probably heal first, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Do your
this the-
This is the gym, but go to the Pokemon Center to heal up first. No, Lawrence. you-
I just wanted to see the inside of the gym.
Well, we're gonna look at it a little bit. We only got 5 minutes until we move on to the next segment, but still.
Indeed. Terrifying next segment in this stream.
Not terrifying. It's fine. Don't be a little
Wait.
baby boy.
The only times where you tell me not to be a baby is when something horrible is about to happen.
All right. So this is where I'm gonna take a little bit of time, since we have a little bit of time until we stop this segment. This is where, before we walk in, I'm gonna take a little bit of time to talk about some of the really interesting differences between Pokemon
Black and white.
Black and White versus Pokemon Black and White 2. Pokemon Black and White 2 canonically takes place 4 years after this game.
Oh.
Yeah,
All right.
it's actually really interesting because not only do you get to see a bunch of like progression in like character development and what characters have done, but also the world actively changes around you. So we already met the gym leader for this gym, right? She was the
Correct.
supermodel who, is whatever. She's actually the new gym leader here. And this
Oh.
gym was bequeathed to her by the previous gym leader who was really into the whole amusement park thing. So you'll notice when we go inside, it's all roller coasters and shit.
That's pretty cool.
So the
I gotta
gimmick
say.
of this gym is that the different roller coasters will show up, you hop into them, and they'll take you to like their designated spots, and you have to make sure you get in and get out at proper times, right?
Ah, okay.
And so that's the gimmick. But in Pokemon Black and White 2, I believe her name's Eliza. She's a model, right? Like she doesn't really care
Right.
about this like silly shit. So she builds a second gym over the course of the next 2 years. And
Ooh.
the new gym is literally just a runway.
Oh,
And
that's
the
very
and,
fitting.
and the idea is that is that her gym is technically an impromptu beauty contest where not only do you have to challenge her like the trainers that she has like scattered throughout her gym, when you defeat them you get a score based on like how cool or like beautiful or whatever, like you essentially get a score on how well you did in the fight, and if you score well enough you'll get free items from the audience.
Ooh.
But if you do poorly in the next fight, you are given a debuff at the very beginning. It's like 2 random stats down or whatever. And it's a really interesting thing. But this building that has all of the roller coasters in it, still exists.
It does.
Yeah,
You can still interact with it.
Yeah, in Black 2, White 2, the idea is that this is where you get the place has been shut down, so there's none of the lights are on or anything, and you can't access
Aw.
it at first. But after you beat the gym, you go do this thing against Team Plasma where you turn on a generator, and it powers up the building where all of the roller coasters start working again. And instead of finding Eliza at the end, you find TM Thunderbolt, which is like possibly the best thunder type or electric type move in the game.
Oh.
Right? It's really
Pretty
interesting.
cool.
But yeah, so Pokemon, like, it's a little disappointing to me that they just have like Black and White and not Black and White 2 available in this mod. But that being said, beggars can't be choosers.
Indeed.
So
As we have discussed with the weird cutscene with N.
Exactly. So I think before we leave, we should take a moment to set our preferred channel to 2.
Ah, so we're making it official then.
We're going to make it official, just so that way we can make this more standard. Also, make sure to talk to this guy before you start the gym, because he gives you a free water bottle if you talk to him before the gym starts.
Ooh, okay.
There you go. All
There
right,
you go.
well, that's it,
No
Lawrence.
water.
We're good to go. Come, well, actually, not next Saturday, because unfortunately, we're not streaming next Saturday. Because
Oh yeah, you're doing your trip thing.
yeah, I'm going to celebrate my grandmother's birthday, so we're not gonna be able to do. So 2 weeks from now, we'll finally be able to go and get. I believe this is gonna be our 4th badge, right?
I believe so. Yes.
So guess what, Lawrence? Technically, once we beat this gym, if you wanted to, you could travel to any other region you want.
I can join you guys in
Whatever
whatever
region.
what it's called.
But keep in mind, once you go to the new region, you're stuck. You have to get all 4 badges again.
Oh, again. Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah. So you have to do. So you're gonna have to do that for every region. So what I think we're gonna do, or at least what my intention is at the moment, is we're going to finish Unova, which is our current region, and then move on.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So
How
we'll
many
be-
badges do you have to get in Unova?
So every region has 8 badges total, and then you have to beat Victory Road, the Elite Four, and then the Champion. The Elite Four and the Champion you have to beat in a row, so it's basically 5 really difficult fights in a row.
Oh my.
Yeah. Grant was telling me because he did the Elite Four for the Kanto region, which is the first gen. Which we talked multiple times about how this mod makes certain fights more difficult. According to Grant, the Elite Four was fucking impossible, and the Champion was unfair.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, all
That
right.
sounds pretty rough.
Well, that's cool. We're all good. We're gonna take a break from streaming, and we'll be back.
Indeed.
And hopefully everybody will be back with us. All right. This was a
Yes.
great time, Lawrence.
This was very fun.
This is possibly my favorite stream segment that we do nowadays. Not that I don't like Ace Attorney, but Pokemon is just a good time, man.
It's very fun. Fun times for everyone, and everyone can play along.
Oh, Grant posted something. I'm gonna have to watch that in a second. All right. Goodbye. We'll be back in about 20 minutes.
All right.